Okay, go
That
ahead,
is
because I think it's
harming.
honestly a
That is
big.
harming. You're gonna listen to me because one of us served, and it's not you.
But I did. But I didn't serve.
Did you serve?
I'm asking you. I haven't served my country. How do you know that?
Were you in the United States military?
I'm asking you. How do you know that? Because you're
Because you've
making
already alluded
you're
to
because
it, and
you're
because I've
saying
been
I'm doing what
listening
I'm
this
doing is
entire time.
harmful, and all I'm
So,
doing is addressing what the law
yeah, so now I'm
states.
gonna tell you. So now, no, because that's what's wrong. You have a lot of audacity, a lot of confidence to come up here and say everything that you're saying right now. Because you actually don't know what you're talking about. That's the
Yes,
problem.
I do.
So that's
I'm
the harmful
telling
bit.
you.
So now I'm going to tell you why it's harmful. Because the Uniform Code of Military Justice is the thing that we have to follow in the military that civilians don't have to follow. It's the one thing that separates us from you as far as the law goes. And you don't know what it even says. Article 92 is the Uniform Code of Military Justice article that references lawful versus unlawful orders. We do have to follow lawful orders. In fact, in our right hand, when we raised it, we said, I swear, and then you know the part where Trump state your name? Do hereby swear to uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States and the lawful, keyword lawful, and after the Constitution, I swear to abide by the president and all officers appointed over me. And that would be for the enlisted side, right? Which would be the people that are receiving these orders for the most part. And then their commanders on the officer side, those would be the people that are supposed to be giving the lawful orders because they can also be held accountable. Now, the reason why what you're saying is harmful and dangerous is because you're saying that it is legal to unalive somebody, give them the death penalty if they apparently commit treason, is what you ultimately are saying they are considering. So what you're telling me is the president just said, if I swear my oath publicly, because literally that's all they did was say, follow the Constitution. You just told me that if the president decides that whatever action I do is treason, they have the right to kill me. So for one, even if it was legitimate that it was treason, do you know which kind of cases ultimately end up in the death penalty for things that violate the UCMJ? What kind of treason ends up causing people to get the death penalty?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay, okay, my bad. I didn't know if I was mute. Again, I don't know if you heard me. Okay, I, I was given a perspective because this whole entire life I've been watching Parker. He's been asking people in regards to hit the Trump social post. I am given light, whether we agree with it or not, of what the law states and what Trump is going at.
Nope. See, that's not. I didn't know.
That is what it
You're just
is.
dodging. You're just dodging. You're dodging.
Okay,
I
what am I
just told you
dodging?
that the law does not state that.
That is absolutely false.
Nope.
18,
Okay. I can wipe your.
chapter
I'm sorry.
115,
Hold on.
treason and
This is Parker
sedition.
stream.
Pull it up, Parker. Pull it up on your screen,
That's Parker
please.
stream. I was about to
Pull it
talk
up on
about
your screen,
political.
please.
Hey,
It's
bud.
Title 18.
Nope.
You're saying
Nope.
it's not there, and I'm looking at the law.
What law?
Parker just pulled. Listen.
What law?
Mr. Eli. Okay,
Yep.
I listen to you. Okay, Parker just
I
pulled up.
hear you. All
a
I'm
Trump
asking is for you to
post.
tell me because
He
I
just
have
pulled.
this fancy thing called a computer right here, and I will type it in.
I got you.
I
I'm about
am
to tell you.
right. You
I'm
are
about to tell
wrong,
you. I'm about
bud.
to tell you. I'm about to tell you. I'm about to tell you. Go to uscode.house.gov.
Just tell us the
What?
US code.
Chapter
What code?
18. Title 18 is going to be
What
chapter 115.
you are talking about treason?
No.
Did you
Go down
listen
to
to me?
2384. Go down to 2384. I said in regards to what Trump is trying to say. This is a debate. So I'm debating on behalf of Trump of
I just
what
said
Trump
all
was
of
trying
this,
to
bro.
get across.
I just said all of this. You just completely ignored everything I just said.
Wait,
Are
No,
you
I
like?
didn't.
I can repeat it. I can say it slower.
Wait, the law that he's mentioning doesn't even say like death, it literally says they can be fined or
Yes, it
imprisoned
does.
for up to 20 years.
No, it doesn't. It
Yeah.
says,
And that's
it
not
says death.
the same.
It
That's
says
not the
delayed
same
death.
thing.
That's for
Nope.
seditious conspiracy.
Yes, exactly.
That's what
Do
Trump.
you know
Now,
how extreme?
again,
Do you
that's
know?
what
Have you
Trump
heard?
is saying.
Hey, Ashton. Do you know what Leavenworth is?
Yes, sir. What is what?
Leavenworth.
You can enlighten me.
Yeah, so it's like one of the prison that we go to if we violate the UCMJ, and we do like the really fucking bad shit, like threats to national security. I don't know, kind of like if I were to have leaked war plans to like a group chat that wasn't encrypted with like yeah, that's where I would have
Oh
ended up.
my
I've been like
goodness.
Leavenworth, just so you
Oh
know.
my
No,
goodness.
so the reason why I'm telling you is you're talking on military shit. You don't even know that before you would ever even remotely get a death penalty, you would end up
I'm
before
not
Leavenworth.
talking on military shit.
You are
What are you
talking about.
saying?
Why do you think I'm up here like at all? I came up here because I've served for 13 years.
Because this is okay. But
This is relevant to
Parker's
the
asking
military.
me a
You brought
question.
it up
Then what's the point of Parker asking me the question in regards to what he's saying about the congressman telling him not the soldiers to defy an order?
because you're
I'm
saying
giving
that
my
you're
opinion.
saying that you think that Trump thinks that that's treason, and that means that he can say whatever goofy thing on the internet.
Exactly. Repeat what you just said. Repeat what you just said. I think what
You
Trump
think
thinks.
that I'm not
I'm
keeping up with
debating
you,
on
buddy.
what I
It's not
believe
that.
Trump does.
Hey, I'm
We
keeping
don't
up
know
with
what
you.
Trump says.
You're not keeping up with me. That's not how this is working. You're
Yes,
not.
it
I've
is.
already.
Yes, it is.
Holy shit.
Yes, it is. I'm going off of base of
Hold
what
on.
I think Trump is, what I think Trump is thinking in regards to
I
his
know
Truth
that.
Social
And if you
posts.
would have listened to me, I said that. So
I
here's
mean,
the
okay,
thing.
then we
Even
agree. So I don't know what's the
we
point.
we don't agree. I'm just telling you that I'm tracking what you're saying.
What?
You're not tracking what I'm saying.
I do
No.
track what you're saying.
I already told you. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what Donald Trump thinks or does not think is treason. That's irrelevant.
That's your opinion.
The fact is that he called it. He could think it's treason all he wants. My brothers and sisters, and those that are fucking neither, they're in the military right now. And you're
So are
fucking
mine.
talking about you're talking of not nearly as many, buddy. Don't even go there. Hundreds.
I'm not trying
I
to go
just
there.
spent the last like 13 years of my life making friends
Thank
around the
you.
world in the military, all right? So don't go there with so are mine. Thank you for whoever's in the military, but you don't even fucking understand why I'm so defensive right now. Why I'm like, this isn't like
I
just a
appreciate
joke.
you being defensive.
This is not a joke, yeah, because I
I'm not
care about
taking
all
this
the
as a joke.
people.
I haven't not
I
laughed, not
care
one
about
time.
all these people.
I haven't disrespected you. So do I.
You're not disrespecting just
we're just
me. You're
debating
disrespecting
opinions.
every troop. You're disrespecting the country.
We're just debating opinions.
This is not an opinion.
I'm not disrespecting truth by going off what I think Trump thinks.
It doesn't
So
matter.
I'm not supposed to say anything?
Dude,
No, but
hold
like-
on. Like, why do you care about what Trump thinks? That's not the point that Parker or I are
Oh my
trying to
goodness.
say at all.
Okay, you said you said why do I care what Trump thinks?
Yeah, that's not even like why would we sit here and debate what Trump thinks, right? Like when
Because
the
we
point is it's his
generally don't
actions.
know. It's all up for debate. What are you
But
talking about?
what Trump thinks can be. Go ahead, Parker. Maybe
Yeah, I
I'm
was
just
just
not
essentially going to tell him like Ashton, we're worrying about like what your position is. Like inevitably, what we're trying to change here, because we can't talk to Trump, is we're trying to change your opinion. And what I'm essentially just trying to tell you is that like, in no circumstance should what the Democratic veterans in Congress have done be considerable as something that should indicate that they should be executed. And can we at least agree on that? That what
Yes,
they
and
did
that's what I
is
said.
not reason
I said
to
I
execute
agree.
them.
Yes, and I said I agree.
It's not even
but I
it's not
was
even a
given
reason to lock them up.
You're absolutely right. But I
You know
was
what
given
is?
a.
Do you know what
I
is
was-
a reason
go
to be
ahead.
locked up? To be fair, like on the reverse, right? All the people that you're saying, like Donald Trump, but like what he's saying is all the people who follow unlawful orders are going to be fine. The problem is when the rest of like the administration is out, because like eventually that administration will be gone. A lot of my friends that are still in, like right now going through this, they'll still be in when that administration is gone. And when everybody gets held accountable after the administration is gone, That's them. They'll have to face it. So you're either telling them that they need to follow the unlawful orders now, do some horrendous shit acts against humanity, and then pay for it later, like in like 4 years or so.
I didn't say
Or
that.
hold on,
I didn't say for
no,
them
I
to
know, but
unfollow that.
I know that, but this is the reality that they're faced with when you're giving them this argument, and I need you to know that. Or you're saying that's one alternative, or you're telling me that they need to reject the unlawful order, which is what they're supposed to do, but that Donald Trump should be like, because it's his opinion that that's treason, allowed to say vocally like that they should die. What
Again,
family you're talking about?
I said again, like I just said many times, I'm given a perspective of what I think Trump is saying. I don't agree with what Trump said. I never said that. I'm giving if you're saying, okay, well, if he'll be out of office and then then Democrats have power, they'll go after where I, no one should unfollow, no one should follow an unlawful order. Okay. I serve, right? And if we want to connect later on a personal level, I will talk to you about that. I don't want to say that just here because I don't want to get DDoS,
Brother,
you
I
know,
won't even
and
I
like
won't
y'all.
even I won't even
But
deny that you
but
served. I'm just going to tell you that as like as a person who is likely your superior given the amount of time you've been alive, I'm so fucking disappointed in you, and I could not feel more shame right now. That
but
like,
why
if you're
though?
so either you are telling the truth and
We
I'm so
agree.
fucking ashamed of you, and we would be having like a lot of fucking conversations, because none of my troops or anybody that I left the military with talks like you right now.
Well, that's completely opposite. I know a lot of people in the military that
And they probably
talks
have,
like me.
and they probably have, because I was the senior. Because see, here's the neat thing about me. I was in for 13 years. I was kicked out for
What
being.
branch?
I I was in the Air Force. And somebody
Okay,
said
Air
that's
Force.
patronizing. I don't give a shit if it's patronizing. It's a reality, and you're not going to understand, because the people in the military, they'll understand. The people in the
Okay,
military right now, not if you were.
I haven't spoken with anyone in the Air Force, but I've spoke to many infantry.
Okay, I have a
Actually have
lot
a
of
vessel,
infantry brothers too.
and a lot of them echo what I'm saying. We agree. We agree as a Donald Trump supporter, right here, right hand up. We all agree. What
And
he
I'm
said
disappointed in all
is
of you.
not
And any real veterans who have served for a while,
okay. But
who
now you're
know
just
their
saying
oath,
that.
would know that we would be disappointed in you. Yes, I was in the Air Force. Yes, I was a medical provider. If anybody wants to be upset that I was in the Air Force, I don't know what to tell you. Our uniforms are the same as the Army, so everybody who goes on my like video after this and tries to accuse me of stolen valor because you don't recognize my ribbons, I don't know what to tell you. But yes, I was in the Air Force up until August 29th. Anyways,
I,
what could Parker and I do to get like to through to you to understand that we don't care about the opinion of Donald Trump whatsoever? It doesn't matter. The what you need to understand is the implication. If you are a service member, you swore an oath to protect your country and your fellow servicemen, and if you're saying that you're serving, then you have the absolute duty to not follow an unlawful order. And Donald Trump has
right. We
called
agree.
for your death.
We agree. Like I
Okay,
don't know
so
what
Donald
we're talking
Trump
in
just
circles.
called for
We
the
agree.
death of the Americans you swore to protect, that I swore to protect, and your death. What do you think about that?
Again, like I
With
said, I
Donald
don't
Trump,
agree
what do
with what
you
he's
think?
saying. I am giving what I think that he's meaning by that. And I also implied that I also think it's a political strategy to what he does. Wait, everything has some political strategy behind of it. The Democrats did this when they ran. They did it off
No,
of
they
fear.
didn't. Wait,
Oprah was
wait.
sitting up there.
What Democrat talked about executing the other side?
I wouldn't say they talked about executing on the side. I didn't say that, Parker. I
Which,
said that
if
it's all the
anything,
political game.
January 6th,
They
if
ran on
January 6th
fear.
happened the other way around, you guys would have totally talked about executing us.
Uh, Again,
Like, genuinely, at this point, like, they're talking about it right now for people who
agree,
just say,
but see, but
don't
this is the
follow
difference.
unlawful
I can
orders. Like,
agree,
they totally would have done that.
Uh, Parker, but I can agree. I will say that yes, I can see on Fox News that I can see Laura Ingraham or whoever talk about, oh, they should be this. They're not American. I agree, But that's the difference. I can concede and say, okay, yes, from the other side, that's true. But what I'm saying is, I also it's a multitude of other things. We us three here agree that no one should follow any unlawful order, whether that's be from the military, whether that be to your teacher. It doesn't matter. If someone's giving you unlawful something to do something unlawful, you shouldn't do it.
So then
Okay.
that's all the Democrats, service members in Congress that were saying. That's all they were saying. And literally, Donald Trump said that they were engaging in sedition.
It doesn't matter.
They were in their position. You'd hold the same perspective, executed or to be at threat of execution. And also, can we talk about the fact that when Donald Trump threatens them like this, that now they have threats? They have hundreds upon hundreds of threats. The people specifically that were
Every
directly.
political leader gets threats, Parker, every day.
Wait, I'm sorry, but like you understand the increase in the level of threats given the fact that the president himself talks about literally executing you? Come on. You have to realize that's
Parker,
crazy.
come on.
Like if you want to talk about
Really?
people's families, if you want to talk about whether or not people are safe, that is a threat to people's safety. It really is.
Okay. If we want to go that route, what Republican has what Democratic leader has been executed publicly recently? Give me some
What?
years.
What?
What?
Wait, are you
just
talking about by the
asking.
Trump administration? We're not saying the Trump administration has done that. Are you talking about by MAGA
No, I'm just saying. I'm saying
individuals?
based off the language. No, this is what you said. You said that Trump saying his true social post, meaning that it puts Democrats more in harm. Correct?
Yes, it does put Democrats at
Okay.
greater risk of harm.
So did Democrats and left did not do the same to another individual recently who got executed
Oh,
publicly?
wow.
And
Dude,
listen, I
hold
don't
up.
agree with
Wow.
everything
Was
that he
that a
says.
determined thing by specifically people who are in Congress or people who are in positions of power from a Democratic side, or was that someone
Okay,
specifically?
no, but
Wait, hold up.
see, that's what I say.
Who was determined by? Who was determined by authorities? Listen? Who was determined by authorities to be a nihilist, violent extremist? Not even a specific ideological standpoint brought to them as an individual. Literally, just considered a nihilist, violent extremist. That was it. Okay, so the argument that you have that it was just some specific like leftist or someone who's associated with a particular group is just not true, right? That's
no.
another thing.
Okay,
Along with the fact that there are MAGA individuals that have gone after Democrats, like specifically the Hortmans who were murdered, right? We can talk about Paul Pelosi being beaten with a hammer. We can talk about plenty of different examples where Democrats have been targeted by MAGA individuals. But what I'm saying is that Donald Trump engaging in this rhetoric, literally talking about executing his political opponents, leads to a greater likelihood of there being violence, not just targeted towards Democratic lawmakers, but also towards people in general. You understand that, right? That increases the level of violence from the person who's in the position of president. Can you imagine if Joe Biden and Barack Obama did this? Can you
yeah,
imagine?
and you
Barack
said that
Obama
many
wore a
times,
tan
but
suit. And that's what Fox News was talking about the next day. He had Dijon mustard.
and again, I agree with what you're saying, but I'm also hiding like it happens on the other aisle,
No,
Parker.
okay, so
It
hold on. No, but
does.
I have to add this. I can't help but add this because, like, you know how when you said that, my reaction was, what? The reason for that is I don't understand at what point, like, y'all, where is y'all's line? And I've been asking this for so long. But why does it take when we're talking about, hey, the president of the United States? I don't know how, I didn't catch how old you are. I can't remember. But I don't know any other person in history, political history, that I've been alive that just tweeted or like just like truth or like casually posted that they want people to die publicly, which is the same thing, by the way, that person that you just mentioned called for all the time. That's what he wanted to happen. I'm not saying I support that, but he did. So, like, I just
I'm
want to
not
say that.
defending
Hold on,
him.
okay, hold on. But when you're talking about, like, well, have they done it yet? And then I understand you're trying to compare it to the other side, which
I'm
even
not comparing.
if that was true, it wouldn't justify any
I'm
more
not, you're
political
absolutely
violence
right. It's
occurring. And it wasn't the case because of what Parker just explained. But what's a problem to me is how you keep like moving the goalpost, because we're like, hey, the president pushed out this literal tweet like a toddler with a phone, but also,
That was
like,
funny.
not only is he acting like a toddler, he's fucking. I held this opinion while I was active duty, by the way, which is fucking a couple months ago. I just got out, and I'm telling you that as an active duty person, for the like, I fucking was in Korea during his first term, hated my life. And the only time that I felt relief was when Biden got elected back into office, because of how bad his shit was for us, because of how bad he looked globally. He made a laughing stock of us during COVID in the military. It was awful for us. But yeah, like when you're talking about a president just talked about calling, like that means that he's cool with just killing the people he's serving. Like the president has that duty to us. And instead of saying like, yeah, that's fucking weird, you go, okay, but are
I didn't say
Democrats
that.
actually killing
I'm
people? But
I'm
that's what you
highlighting
said.
Mr. Eli, right? Eli, right?
Yes.
Okay, okay. Eli, I'm not I'm not agreeing with both sides spewing hate at each other, right? I just highlighted that I just went back on Parker's point. Parker said that does this not engage, like, does this not put more Democrat leaders at risk of life?
Not just
And I
leaders. I
say
said people in
yes.
general. And yeah,
Yeah,
like
absolutely. But it's also even from the other side. I'm not
no
sitting up here
one's saying
defending
that
the
there's
other
no
side.
percentage
I'm just saying
specifically
it's
of violence targeted towards right-wing individuals from left-wing individuals. No one's saying that doesn't happen. But if you look at statistics proportionally, it is less likely to happen. But the point we're saying is that you don't have a presidential candidate specifically arguing or perpetuating this particular rhetoric from the Democratic side. Like that's the point we're making. And like Joe
right,
Biden
right.
wasn't doing this, Kamala Harris wasn't doing this, Barack Obama wasn't doing this,
Oh,
Al
so you're
Gore
saying
wasn't
this the
doing this.
presidency? I was talking about
None of these
the
Democratic
Democratic body as a whole.
members
Okay.
running for president, specifically from the Democratic side, were advocating this. No one. Now
Right.
Trump is,
You're
and
you're
you
right.
have to realize this is not politics as normal.
And also,
Uh,
I wanna push back a little bit on you too, because there's a difference between calling for the unaliving of somebody or calling for the death of somebody versus celebrating after it happens. Like, there's a difference between somebody premeditating the unaliving of somebody versus celebrating when their abuser gets unalived. Like there's a difference.
mhm.
You're claiming that the people that were on the left that like celebrated, like maybe felt a sigh of relief, you're trying to
No, I
conflate.
wasn't
Hold
saying
on,
that.
you're trying to conflate because people on the left aren't like calling for people to die. They're just like maybe some people felt relief because maybe that person was constantly punching down towards them. But then you're trying to conflate that to the president of the United States, the president of the United States calling for the death of Americans. Like
Which is wrong.
that is not the same thing at all.
Well, I wasn't comparing it to the president himself. We've established multiple times that what Trump said is wrong. I'm saying that it comes from both parties that when they engaged in the rhetoric of spewing hate of it at
Okay.
each other, and when they say at each other, their supporters,
Yep, I knew it.
such as the far
Not what you
leftists
intended.
or the far right, they that's what comes of it. I
We're
don't
not just
believe
talking
that's right
about
either.
supporters of people because we could point to the fact that the KKK is on your side, right, in voting for Donald Trump. We don't do that. We don't represent all members of Trump supporters who are specifically going to be involved with Trump just because the KKK supports Trump. We're saying, right, specifically, the person who is leading your movement, Donald Trump, is literally
Mhm.
condoning, right, going on True Social from his toilet and tweeting about how he wants to literally unalive, right, Democratic lawmakers that were serving our country. I'm serious, like, genuinely. That's what's happening. It is cartoonishly evil. Like, even South Park couldn't come up with something this evil, like, genuinely, when they were trying to create stuff about Trump. Like, genuinely, they wouldn't even have gone that far.
Again, I think it's wrong. I know it's wrong. I'm gonna take that back. I know what the president said is wrong, and that's one of probably my biggest criticisms of Trump is that he's not politically correct. But that's also why I love him.
But
This is
not
not about being
politically
politically
correct.
correct.
Not
But
politically
I think
correct.
it's
Hold on.
also a political.
First of all, call it whatever you want. Call it politically not correct. Call it whatever. What he's doing is the very people that you're claiming to care about. First of all, whether you're in the military or not, if you are in the military, like I said before, shame on you. But like if you aren't in the military and you're claiming you are, everybody that you know that's in the military, if that's somebody that you care about, you're claiming to. You don't actually care about them. Because whether or not we call it like not politically correct, to say that you love it is disgusting. Because the reason why I literally got up here with an increased heart rate, ready to crash out in a moment's notice, I am holding back so many like I'm very kind, but I'm in the military Sooners, like, or sorry, I was in the military for 13 years. Yes, I can say shame on him because it's actually an oath that I swore to call out everybody. So if like there's somebody else that's an oath breaker, it's my
Mr. Eli, I
responsibility.
took the same oath.
Yeah, and you're not taking it seriously, and so that's why I'm calling you the fuck out. That's why I'm up here.
Okay, but that doesn't necessarily
Doesn't
make you right, though.
It does make
Just
me
because
right.
you have
It does
no,
make
it
me right.
doesn't.
Like objectively, this is
What?
not an opinion-based thing, dude.
Yes, it is.
No, I'm sorry. The Constitution of the United States is opinion-based.
Oh,
What did you
I
What
think
did you swear your
we're
oath
all
to?
talking in circles here. I
What was the
agree
first part
with
of your oath?
you that Trump was wrong
Can
and
you say
is wrong for
Can
putting
you say your
out
oath?
that truth
Hey,
social post.
Ashton, can you say your oath for me really quick?
I'm not about to recite my oath, brother.
I did earlier. Can you just say the first part?
That's great for you. I solemnly
You're in
swear.
the military
That's all I'm
right
gonna
now and
say.
you
That's all
don't
I'm
know
gonna
your
say.
oath?
I never said I was in the military. I never said that. I'm
Okay.
not going to give away my position. If I can DM Parker what I am, that's fine. I don't want to get
Okay.
DDoS,
So
but I did take an oath.
Okay.
Absolutely.
okay, here
All
let me
right.
let me
I
maybe
feel
To
like
uphold the
you're
Constitution.
let me maybe redirect this a little bit. Is it at least something that will get you to say that like you shouldn't support him? Like you shouldn't say, "Oh, I'm just going to support him," in despite of the fact that he's calling for the execution of members in Congress.
Are you saying like is there anything that he can do that I won't
Essentially, like,
like
is there anything
he
he could
would
do that would get you to stop supporting him? Because like I feel like this is like one of those
Mm,
things, you know? This is definitely like
mm,
textbook fascism, like literally.
like
no.
retweeting. Wait, hold on.
No.
Did you say there's nothing he could do?
No. There's I know I'm saying no, Parker said this. I'm not saying there's nothing he can do. Obviously there's stuff that he can do, but then there's also stuff
Could you tell
What
us?
that's
Could you
stuff?
give us a specific? Like, what could he do that would get you to
like
stop supporting
stuff.
him?
Mm, mm, let's see. I don't know. I
Wow,
honestly don't know.
that's doesn't that sound cultish? Like to you, like yourself, like it doesn't
No,
that
I'm
sound
definitely not a
cultish?
cult leader. I know I'm definitely not part
No,
of a
you're
cult
not the
because I'm really.
leader. That I
No,
can
you wouldn't be the leader,
guarantee.
but you'd
Even
be
if
in the
you were in a
I
cult, you're
mean,
not the
yeah,
leader.
definitely not. I'm definitely not part of a cult. Right.
No,
Yeah,
no,
it
just
does
it
seem
sounds
it
like a
does
cult. Like
seem
if you
very
can't name
icy in
a
here.
single thing, like you couldn't mention a single thing you could do. Like you, not even like you could mention like,
But
oh
the
yeah,
thing is, for
he
me,
could
I'm
like
thinking about
assault a
everything
child. Like if he assaulted a child, if he was held civilly liable of assaulting a child, would you support him for president still?
for president. If he was held civilly liable for assaulting a child
Yeah.
for president at the
Yeah.
time, if I knew, no, I wouldn't have supported him.
Okay, so then like what's the relevant difference between the victim being an adult and the victim being a child? That means in one scenario you would vote for him, and the other scenario you wouldn't, because he was held civilly liable of forcibly penetrating E. Jean Carroll's vagina against her will amongst a unanimous decision of 9 people in a
When
jury.
was this?
This is
When was this?
2022, 2023. I think that was when the determination from the court happened.
Hold on,
Can,
2022.
can you send this to me, please? And
Yeah, just look up
I
Trump.
did not.
Look up Trump libel essay AP News.
Were you in like high school or something?
Yeah, like I've been literally screaming this from the top of skyscrapers, right? Like for so long.
Hey, buddy, are you ice?
Am I ice? No, no, not at all. I promise. I promise. On my mother, I'm not. Wait,
Because
no, it
that would make
says
sense to me. It would make sense to me that people would be like pretty like up a cult leader's butt if they were being offered like $50,000 while also being starved and all that kind of stuff. It's kind of like
no.
they set it up to like, turn each other
That was
against each other.
tempting. That was tempting
Not
to
that
go
I'm
to
saying
ICE,
that
but
would
no.
ever give it. First of all, that's not a tempting offer. You couldn't pay me billions of dollars to do that to people ever.
To
That's
be
not
what? To
attempting.
uphold the law?
Huh? No,
To
it's
uphold
not.
the
But
law?
we're not getting away from this. Hold on. Nope, nope. We're
Yeah.
not
No,
back.
I'm
Not
reading it
back.
right now.
But
It says jury decided Trump was not liable for rape, but was liable for sexual abuse. And the and wait, is this the Jane
is
Curl?
this GPT?
Eugene
Wait,
Carroll.
which one is
Eugene
this?
Carroll. Yeah, Donald Trump forcibly penetrated Eugene Carroll's vagina against her will, and was held unanimously to have done it by a jury of 9 people.
Oh, this is the. Oh, I thought you were meaning. But this is civil.
Yes,
And
that's why
the
I specified civil in all of these examples. I
Okay,
said,
so civil.
so
So, but
the
you know, in the
example,
civil
wait, hold up,
suit.
hold up, hold up. You said that you wouldn't support Donald Trump if he were held civilly liable of sexually abusing a child. In that scenario, it's a civil court. Why did you not say this?
Well, because this is a civil court
Wait, but
in
that,
New York.
so was that civil court in the context of the first scenario I brought up? It was he was held civilly liable of sexually abusing a child. You said you wouldn't
Yeah,
support
but
it.
he wasn't. But he wasn't punished by law. Now, if he was
Wait, but that was a
convicted of
civil law.
that,
That was
that'd be
civil law. He was
different.
held civilly liable in both scenarios.
Yeah. So civilly liable. So when you go to civil court, you don't even need to be unanimously convicted. It only has to be 51% and above.
Yeah, wait. 51% is the standard. It's you're talking about 51% is not even
Preponderance
the
of the
basis.
evidence.
It's
Yes, it
more
is. Yes, it is.
likely it's
Preponderance.
listen, it's more likely than not, more probable than not. So in any scenario, right, what you're not
Parker,
taking
you're
into
wrong.
account,
I
wait, hold up,
promise you, you're
listen.
wrong.
Again, there could be a 99% likelihood that this is true, and it is the case that what's it called? And it is a case that it would still meet under that criteria because statute of limitations wouldn't allow for it to be tried in a criminal court. So the reason why it wasn't a civil court was not because it doesn't meet the standard of evidence of a criminal court, but because of the fact that it was too many years since the event happened. Now, if you want to talk about the jury, like I said multiple times, it was a unanimous decision of 9 people in a jury. Every single jury
In
member
Democratic New
indicated this.
York.
Okay, so
In
then you understand
Democratic New York.
that
See?
Trump's lawyers engage in the jury selection process. Not everyone is political in New
Of
York.
course they do
There
that.
are
Yes, they
so then
engage
you're
in this
saying
jury
so then you're
selection.
saying all independents and conservatives in New York also indicated Trump did this.
No, I didn't. I'm not saying that
That's exactly what
because that
happened
didn't
though.
happen. If you, but that's not. If you're looking at, and that's why I say you're really good because you say civil. It's more no civil is preponderance of the evidence, meaning there's only 51%. Only
No, no,
half of
no,
the
no. It
jury
doesn't mean
has
only
to.
51. It means more likely or more probable than not.
Yeah, more than
And
half.
it could be up to 99%, right? And it is the case that you again couldn't have tried them in a criminal court because of statute of limitations, right? In the context of this scenario. So what you're not
Mhm.
understanding is that you saying 51% is not the basis for this. Could you name one piece of evidence in the case that you dispute?
One piece of evidence. I have to read over that case. I didn't read it.
So you don't know the case, and yet you're saying that you dispute it just because it's a
No,
civil court.
absolutely
But
not.
you didn't say that for the first example
I'm
that I
not
brought
saying I
up.
dispute it because
In
it's
the
a
first
civil court. I'm
example,
just saying yours.
listen. In the first example I brought up, Donald Trump was held civilly liable of sexually abusing a child. That's a civil court. If you accept the determination in a civil court in that scenario, you
Wait,
got to
what?
accept it in the determination in the scenario in which the adult is a victim, or the victim is an adult. Sorry.
Again, I would have to read the case to make my own determination
No, you
and the only
didn't, because
certain
in the
facts.
first scenario that I brought up, you didn't ask to read the
No, I
case. You
said
didn't
I would
ask to look
have
into it.
to.
First, the reason, no, you didn't.
But you just
When the
asking me,
victim
but
were
you're
a
asking me a
child,
question.
wait, when the victim were a child, you did not ask to check and look at it in order to make a determination. And also, by the way, do you have to do that for every undocumented immigrant you think should be deported? Because you understand that many of them are here through the context of a civil violation, not a criminal one, because they didn't
No,
unlawfully enter
that
the
is false.
country.
That's
They
false.
specifically
That's
came
false.
into the country
That's
through a
false.
legal mechanism, and then they overstayed that
That's
legal
false. What's
mechanism.
the legal mechanism?
Like a
Seeking
visa,
asylum?
for example, they got a visa, right, and then they overstayed the visa. They did not enter the
Is
country
that against the law?
unlawfully. They didn't enter the country unlawfully, but
No, no,
they
no,
are.
no, Parker, answer the question. Is that
It's
against the
against
law?
civil law in that
It's the
context.
overstaying
So
your visa is against the law.
it's a civil offense, not a criminal. It is a
Can you be
misdemeanor
deported
to
for overstaying your
unlawfully enter
visa?
the country. Listen, it's a misdemeanor to unlawfully enter the country. But if you overstay a visa, that's a civil violation. Okay.
Can you be deported for overstaying your visa?
Can you be deported?
not to a country that you aren't from.
No, 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 no.
Not,
Answer it. It's
not
a
to
yes
a
or no.
country.
It's a yes or
Nope.
no.
Not to a country that you aren't from, and not without due process.
Yes. And also one thing I want you to understand is that if you accept the point I'm bringing this up for is if you accept the determinations from the civil court specifically about all these deportations without having to look at the conditions of the case in order to know that it's actually true, well then the same thing's going to have to be true specifically in the scenarios that I'm bringing up. You're not going to question the case. You're going to accept it. right? And typical unless you have reason to say otherwise. Does that make sense?
And I,
Again, no, that makes sense. But I'm asking you, is it illegal to overstay your visa? Can you be deported
It
for
is. It
overstaying
is.
your visa?
It is. It is. But what you're not understanding is that it's a
Okay,
violation of
so
civil law, not criminal law. Does that make sense?
it could be, yeah, yeah, right at that point. Okay, so yes, civil. But then
okay, hold
again,
on.
you overstay your visa, you can be deported.
I have a question. Can you tell me the first step in the asylum seeking process?
No, I cannot.
Oh my god, I actually didn't. I don't know why I didn't expect that reaction. I should have expected it, but what the fuck? Okay, so because you were about to like pop off, you said something about like asylum seeking when you were trying to like challenge Parker.
No, I
You were
just said
like,
that's
you
one
were
of the
like,
things
oh,
that people
isn't there?
say.
Huh?
I said that's one of the things
Okay,
that
so step one. Do you
immigrants.
want to know why I know what the asylum seeking process is? Because I got to be honest with you, I didn't even realize it
I'm gonna
until
be honest, I
recently.
really doesn't matter.
Until within the
But
last year, when I started looking up how to seek asylum in another country out of the United States because of my situation. Ironic, because wow, service member, but I'm still here. I'm still trying to fight. But yeah, so the first step in seeking asylum in another country, to include the United States, is to arrive there. Put your
right at
feet
the ports of entry.
yeah. So how do you think? Yeah. So how do you think a lot of people actually overstay their visas?
What do you mean? How do they overstay
Do
their
you think they
visas?
fly here, come here by boat? I mean, do you know what port of entries are? Do you know that airports, international airports, are literally like ports of entry, right?
No, oh my
Do you
goodness.
know that there's not like some fancy
Oh my
building that
goodness.
they just go like stand in line at? Like, what do you picture in your mind?
So you're saying
And you can
that
also just go to and yes, like you don't have to go to some like fancy building where they're like, hey, if you're coming
right?
here because you're running away from a did I say airport funny? But like if you're running away from your country, just stand in line out here for like the next 10 years and we'll let you in one
It's
at a
not. It's
time.
not. It's not a fancy. It's not like a fancy building. There's actually multiple, multiple places.
But
Airports are included.
what is a port of entry?
A port of entry. Are you asking me like the specific term or like where are
Just
they
what is a
located?
port of entry? What does it mean? This is the problem that I keep having is that I hear a lot of y'all come up
Okay.
here talking about like undocumented migrants when you don't even know how to define you don't know the steps of the asylum seeking process at all. And that's
So you're
bad
asking
because you
me
don't
what the port of
understand.
entry is. You're asking me what the port of entry is?
I'm asking you what a port of entry is, not the port of entry.
What a port of entry is? It's a place
Yes.
where people go to seek asylum or to go. There's
No.
many places
No.
listed.
No, wrong. A port of
So
entry is
okay, so what
just
is
an
it? Since
entry,
I'm
and just
wrong,
a port of entry is just a like recognized by our like the boundaries that somebody drew on this part of the planet. It's the official like entrances to this country. Like that's what a port of entry is. It's
what?
not. It's not
No, it's
so.
not.
Yes. What do you think
What are
when?
you
Okay,
talking
when you
about?
go, if I were to go on vacation and I go vacation as an American and I go vacation in Europe and I fly back, what do I fly back through? As an American citizen, what do I fly back through?
As an airport where there's a port of
A
entry at.
port. Yes, a port of entry. That's because at an airport there's customs. Have you like if you've ever flown out of the
Yes,
country?
yes, I know.
That's a
I
port of
know.
entry.
And
So
that's where they
so when
should
you
go.
seek
But
so
that's not only the place though. See, now you're changing it because that's not only the place. In
I
Texas,
am not
there's
changing
multiple
anything, but
places.
I'm
There's
not. No,
multiple
we're not.
places.
Hold on. We're not. I'm not disagreeing. I know that. That's what I'm trying to say. There are. It's not just like this like cookie cutter like idea of what people think
Oh,
that undocumented
absolutely.
migrants are. People will come here because that's what they have to do. I wanted to seek asylum in another country, and I thought maybe I need to go and like let them know I'm coming. No, you just show up. They just show up,
And
and then
you go to a
when
port
they
of
go through
entry
the
and you
port
do
of
it the right
entry,
way.
correct, and then they declare that they're trying to seek asylum, and not just in
Yes.
America, but also in other countries. Also in other. Oh, sorry, Santana. Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I just wanted to like clarify something really quick because as we want to make sure that we're giving the right information. You don't have to go through a port of entry to claim asylum. Literally, you
Yeah, there
don't.
we go. Exactly. Even better.
As long as you have 2 feet on U.S. soil, you can literally parachute into the country.
Yeah.
Actually, and the funny thing about asylum as well is you have 365 days to claim asylum. So you don't have to claim as soon as you get there. So
Hmm.
just FYI, you don't even have to go through a port of entry, which Eli is telling you about port of entry, but you don't have to do that. You just have to get into the country.
Santana,
Because we
I don't
recognize.
mean to correct you or anything, but didn't Biden's executive order change that, where you have to go through ports of entry for asylum?
Wait, I could have sworn it got shot down. Is it still
If
uphold?
it got shot down, I would have to see, but at least to
No,
my
it,
knowledge,
it didn't
I
get
would
shot
have.
down. That was going to be my
We want
next
to.
The
point.
Biden executive order
Parker,
did
you're
make it so people
good.
do,
Oh my
but
God.
prior to the Biden executive order, people didn't have to.
I do want to point
I
something
thought
out
it
because
was in place
this is
before the
important.
Langford bill.
Wait,
Do you
what did you say, Santana?
see? Sorry.
I was saying I thought it was in place before the Langford bill. I'll confirm. I'll confirm.
Yeah.
But Ashton, do you see how like Santana just came up and corrected like well now we're in like a circle of like what who's right. We're not actually not sure. I want to point this out though because I'm trying to give you the knowledge that I have to the best of my understanding, and I also did like I know that it's going to be a little bit like there's going to be some differences with each like country, but that still doesn't change anything. Whether they because like ultimately, if we were to go on opinions, then I would say it doesn't matter if they come through a port of entry or not. But legally, if that's the case or not, somebody came up and said, which this is my buddy, and said like, hey, I I don't know that this is the most correct information. And then Parker said, hey, I don't know that this is the most correct information. And the reason why I'm saying that, dude, is because I've heard you like 3 times now say, Parker, you're good. Parker, you're good. And I think that like there's this issue where we're not trying to just win, dude. This isn't just like we're just
No,
trying
no,
to
no,
like
no,
play
no, no, no.
gotcha.
I'm not
We're
saying
trying to
that.
like we're
No,
trying to
I just
communicate effectively, and we're trying to like get you to
no,
understand why we're thinking this way. And so I
brother,
want you
brother,
to see we're
Let
within
me
criticizing ourselves. Do you hear
let me
me?
say
brother.
this and
I'm
I'll get out
saying.
of the way. Let me just say
I'm
this and I'll
saying
get out
I'm
of the way.
not saying
One
like
second,
Parker,
really
you're
quick.
good as a slight. It's genuinely a compliment. Like
Hold up.
Just one second.
Actually, one thing I actually have to say on top of this is it's when the border is overwhelmed. So actually,
Yep.
you can go
But
through areas in which are not ports of entry if it is the case that it's not considered to be a notion of quote unquote overwhelmed. Which is says an overwhelmed condition is quantified at around 2,500 entries on a daily average.
right.
yeah, just
That was placed into
FYI, it looks
Texas.
like
Or no, not daily, or 25 over 7 days. I'm not quite sure. I have to check.
the actual EO was challenged in court in September. And so, as of right now, you still have the ability. So it's like they haven't officially ruled on that case from September 2024. So it went into place in June, but since September 2024, it's been held up in court.
Well, like, and I'm glad, like, we're current on that now, and that's great. But the whole reason why we're even looking at asylum in the first place is literally because the reason why that it frustrates me hearing people come up with these opinions about like the government are typically people when I hear them answer this question, can you talk me through the asylum seeking process? They can't do it, and that's why I brought this up in the
But I
first place.
don't. But I shouldn't. But I don't need to though. Why would I
You
need to?
should need to because your stand
Absolutely not.
relies on it. Like
Why would I need to though?
you're trying to vote against something that you don't even know how it works. Like you don't know the inner workings. You couldn't,
I'm voting for security.
but you don't know what security is. But we already talked
Of
about this.
what?
We're not. Which one of the two of us do you think has a better idea of security?
Both of us.
Wait,
No.
It doesn't
wait.
matter just because
Let's just
this.
ask him.
I vote
Ashton, what is your idea of security? Like, how is Trump causing there to be more security?
for the border crossings. Like I say, I live in Texas. I've seen
So do I.
I've seen it
Same
firsthand
area.
So how does a reduction in border crossings give people more security?
because of the crimes that happen against people, right? Such as
Did you know that
uh
border cities have actually lower rates of crime than the average U.S. city?
well, no, not the border
Because,
is
but also
different.
like
I'm talking about
if
in
you
the
thought
city itself, where I've
What?
seen the actual and
So
I
then,
can
how do
get
you know
this to
that
you or
in
your
the
team
city
later on
itself that undocumented immigrants are the ones committing the crime?
because I have the number. I can't pull it up on here because it's privy information, but if I give it to your team or something, I will be more than
I don't have
happy
a
to give
team.
that
I
to
don't
you,
have a
and
team.
you actually.
So I just
I'll
want to
send
know.
it to you so you can actually see it
Okay, so
personally
I just want to
yourself.
let you
The
know
numbers.
I have a bibliography in my bio. Undocumented immigrants are multiple times less likely to commit violent crime, drug crime, property crime in the country comparative to natural-born U.S. citizens. Right, so the idea that undocumented immigrants are bringing a greater likelihood of crime is actually really ridiculous.
No, it's not. It actually happens more than you
Well,
think,
I'm
but it's
three
just not
hours.
reported as much
I'm
because they do it against each other.
so
I'm trying.
hey
I promise you.
so hey I'm 3 hours from the
I actually have.
so
Parker.
So I'm 3 hours from the border of Texas, and I've lived here for years. I own a house here, actually. Well, for now, I'm gonna have to sell it because I don't have a job anymore. But yeah, I'm 3 hours from the Texas border. I've actually participated in like No Kings protests down here. It's actually pretty incredible how uneventful it is. You know what is happening in Texas though that is eventful in El Paso,
What's
where they
happening?
have an ICE detention facility where they're locking
Hmm.
people up without due process. Meaning, like the thing that I don't think other people like people also
So
don't understand
non-citizens.
is no people that are citizens. In fact, there was a veteran who just got he was been detained since January and just got
How many
deported
people
the
have
other
been
day.
locked up illegally?
I just told you. I don't know if you
You
heard
just
me.
say. You just say. You just say. You just say one friend. You say one
Veteran,
veteran.
veteran, the guy that I just told you. Would you
Veteran.
like? Yeah.
Okay,
Would
so
you like me to pull
that's
his?
just
Would
one
you like me to
person
pull you
that you
up?
can name that's been locked up. That's was
No, I could actually name
wrongfully.
a lot more. There was also a guy that got pulled out of California, but this is not
I'm not
something
talking about.
that
I'm talking about
you're going
Texas.
to derail what I'm saying right now. I can answer that
Oh, no, I'm
question.
asking you
I
questions.
can answer that question, but you have a habit of when I'm getting to the end of what I'm saying, cutting me off, and it's getting really frustrating. Like I'm having a hard time staying pretty level headed because it's really just like it irks me. And people in the chat have been asking me to knock it off, but so please stop interrupting me and please stop inserting a new talking point in the middle of a talking point that we're already talking about. I'm happy to have that discussion. I'm sure Santana and Parker would be as well, but it's really frustrating because it doesn't like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know who said let her finish, but or like if you're talking to me or the guest, but nobody up here is a woman. I don't, unless Ashton is. I don't think you are, right?
No, I'm not.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna say this really quick, and then I'm gonna drop Parker. Two things. One, well, three things. One, thank you for having me up. Two, it looks like the EO was signed by Biden. It was immediately struck down in September of 2024. It was rechallenged in court, and as of 4 days ago, the Supreme Court has officially accepted to hear the case. So that's
Okay,
where we are with the asylum seeking.
interesting. Thank you
And
so
number
much.
three,
Where'd you get that
yeah,
information
absolutely.
from? What's your source?
Which part?
What you just said.
Google, bud. No. So there's multiple
I'm just
articles that have
asking,
been
but
written
what's the
about it.
source?
Yeah, that the Supreme Court is going to hear it, and yeah, it's a
But what
political article
source
that
is
was
that?
there
Where'd you
for.
get that from?
There's a political article talking about how the Supreme
Where
Court
at? What's
just
the
took.
political article? I'm in front of my
Bro, you
computer.
got
I
to
can look it
stop
up right
talking
now.
if you want to hear me. Holy
Okay.
smokes!
Dude, that's what I'm saying.
There's a political article from 4 days ago that talks about how the Supreme Court is taking it on. It's titled "Supreme Court to Rule on Practice of Halting Asylum Seekers." It's literally them talking about the
Okay,
Supreme
but you
Court.
said political article. What is the website? What is the
Political.
source? Politico.
Political.
Dude, yeah,
It's also
this
Oh, you
so
happens.
said
annoying.
political
This
article.
happens to this happen. Politico. It's a
That's
article
what you're saying.
place. So
I'm sorry. I'm sorry,
that's
Mr.
happened. That's
I'm sorry,
happened to me
Santana.
before, where I've said that, and someone thought I was saying political article, and they're like, "You are
I
not giving me a
apologize.
source
I
right
was
now."
just
No, it's
I
okay.
apologize.
It's okay.
Yeah,
I
but just
apologize.
FYI, the point is the Supreme Court is actually taking this up and they're going to make a ruling on it. It's been in limbo since September of 2024. And last thing, Parker, you absolutely have a team. You know, you got me, Eli, Dean, Matt. So you have a team.
That's technically
Anyway, I'm
my
going to get
team.
out of
Technically my team. Yeah.
here. See you guys.
Good
See you,
seeing you. Good seeing
Santana. Later, brother. But yeah, like, also, I also had to laugh because, buddy, like, you were pressed for sources earlier and couldn't give one, and then you finally gave one, and it was
What source could I
it
not
was
give
like
earlier?
it was like
What
something
source
you were.
could I
I'm
not
gonna
give
tell
earlier?
you, holy bananas, my guy. You you got to work on that because if you talk to people in public like this, if you have like daily interactions and you talk and you then start your sentence at the end of theirs, but you are pissing people off and they're just not telling you. Okay, so anyways, fuck. You were talking about like because it was like the UCMJ versus like the official law conversation, and you brought up like one specific source over and over, and Parker was like, "I'm pulling it up, I'm looking at it. It doesn't even say that." And like we just kept
But
going on, but you just pressed Santana so hard about that
but it
source, and
did
it made
though.
me
I
like
pulled up
I
the
just
law,
started
and it's
laughing. It's so
there.
ironic, you know,
The
like
it literally says it in here. Punished
I
shall
just,
suffer death.
oh God, I didn't
Wait,
say that so we
what'd you
could go
say?
back and
He said you're talking about what he said earlier. The only thing that I said that I've given or what I'm looking at was
I know,
the
dude.
U.S.
That's
code.
yep. I didn't bring it up so we could go back to that whole conversation.
I know I'm not
That
going
was
back to
just
it, but you said I didn't bring up a source, but I did.
okay. Can we go back to what we were saying with Santana and the asylum? Because like that was the
Okay, but
conversation
if
that
we
was.
go back to if we can go back to immigration, you say you live in Texas, correct?
Yes, I do.
Actually,
So do
Ashton,
I.
can I ask you a
So
question?
oh, go ahead.
How would deporting undocumented immigrants who have not committed violent crime and bad crime help our country?
Well, I don't think it helps our country or it hinders our country. Now, I do say this. I do say this. Okay, and this is probably going to couple some rough weather. I believe if you've been here, and this is a different viewpoint than I have for Trump. But if I'm on the side of Trump, I have to obviously stay consistent. I do believe if you're here and you're productive, and let's say you're not documented, right? I've worked with undocumented immigrants before, and such as seeking them help. If you can kind of read between the lines of what I am, then you know what I'm talking about. But of seeking help to get help for undocumented immigrants, I do believe if you're here for a certain period of time and you're a productive citizen in society, I do think it should be more of a better process an easier process to obtain citizenship, right? Now, I obviously do think that if you're here illegally and you're committing crimes, you should not be here, period.
Okay. So
And
if
like,
someone hasn't committed a violent crime or bad crime, you don't think that they should be deported?
and they're a productive member of society, I don't think they should be deported.
Okay, well then you actually have a position that's to the left of the Democratic Party because Democrats will even say that they want people to be deported if they haven't committed a violent crime or bad crime, right? Just at a lower priority, right? So I mean, I
Right.
actually like genuinely like you hold a position to the left of the Democratic Party. Why would you support Trump's position then? Because his position is doing the just opposite of that, and he's violating due process rights to a greater extent. He's expanded expedited removal. It was specifically people who have been in the country for less than 2 weeks and within 100 miles of a border, and now it's anyone within the jurisdiction of the country that has been within the country for less than 2 years. That's a violation of due process rights to a significantly greater extent.
Right. The reason why I say that I side with Trump on that is just because if the what I believe should be the way obviously can't happen. So that's why it's like, okay, well, if they're here, like I say, illegally, but they're contributing to society, I don't believe they should be deported. I think that's kind of counterintuitive, especially to a working economy. I think that's just
Do you think
what
they should be given a
what
pathway
makes
to
it. I mean, we
citizenship where they don't have to leave?
ab- absolutely,
Okay, well,
absolutely, because
well then
I
again,
mean,
you
I'm not even
agree
trying to.
with our position typically in most circumstances. So then why wouldn't you say that like in general that you would disagree with Trump's positions then?
Well, because I think a lot of it overrides that, and honestly, I think majority of it is just getting heightened. But I do think, not where I do think, and this is just from my own personal experience, right? I have personal experiences where I've seen majority of the undocumented immigrants commit crimes.
No,
Okay,
they don't.
and
Actually,
so
again,
from
undocumented immigrants are significantly less likely. Actually, over 70% of those that are detained in ICE custody have no prior criminal record.
I'm just saying what I've experienced. Okay, I'm saying what
Well,
like
that's
my
an anecdote.
experience.
that
No,
could be
I'm
like, but
just
like, okay, but if you, but I could say the same thing about like you then. I could say like, yeah, I hung out with this dude one day. We've never hung out. And he's just like, he's an awful, terrible person. Lock him up. that, and then a person could go and lock you up because of what I said. And that's what due process is for, because then you can be like, what the heck? I don't even know who this person is. Like, we should probably go to court about this before you just deport me. And like, when you don't have that due process there, then I can just accuse you of the same thing that you're saying right now.
Right. I mean, it's obviously this is a debate, so I'm trying to really just find a way to debate it. But I mean, I agree that again, if you're here legally, illegally, even undocumented, whatever, and you're contributing, because have run across people who come here because they in their country is just so bad, and the cartels, and you hear the stories, and you have a single mom that's literally just making it through. I 100% don't believe they should be deported.
That's what
Now,
inevitably Trump's going to be doing, though, through his policy, is deporting people who are in the country undocumented, where that story applies to them.
right. But I also support the fact that I also support the fact that people who commit crimes who are here illegally shouldn't be here. Okay. So I even though my fantasy is to get to this, and you say it's even far more left, which meaning more Democrats probably won't even align with that, it probably won't happen.
Well,
So I
no,
have to,
we
I
can.
have to.
You
How
hold
was
a
that attitude?
similar. You can. We can specifically get people to acknowledge that this is a better position. I think most people in the parties will effectively have to accept this position if we just talk about it more. The issue is that people don't know what's going on. They're not informed. They haven't thought about this before. They genuinely haven't. Okay? And that's totally
I
fine.
agree
And
with
I'm
you.
telling people we need to engage in this conversation so that more people have the tools to be able to argue this position so that we can then push our policymakers, like our politicians, to support said policy. And that can come
Right.
from both
I agree
sides.
with
You know,
you.
there are people on the right that support this particular policy on immigration because this isn't a partisan issue. This is something that can be supported by both sides. This is a humanity issue. This is about whether or not we're
I,
treating people with dignity. That's the issue.
I, like I said, I agree with you on that, like 100%. Because I'm also a capitalist, so I also believe, obviously, the undocumented immigrants do a lot of the labor work. So I think that honestly drives the economy, and that can honestly boost it. And so
Yeah, like
that's,
legal immigration as
I don't
well
agree. I don't
also
agree.
positively benefits us.
Yeah, I don't 100% agree with everything Trump says. Obviously, like this is a debate, so I'm trying to critically think, but at the
And
same
it's good.
time,
Like, dude, honestly, but like that, I encourage the critical thinking. Like that thought process is
mm,
important because what I can't stand is coming up at like one point I was like, okay, maybe this is like useless, like with you. But honestly, like it does sound like you actually are wanting to inquire, and probably you just don't want to be like wrong. And people don't want to be wrong. We don't like it when we're wrong. But then we just have to be like uncomfortable with being wrong. Like earlier, I was trying to point that out with Santana. Like obviously that was a very micro scale, but I still don't mind being corrected, and I'd rather be corrected publicly in front of everybody and be held accountable so that I know that I'm not going to repeat that same problem again. And as opposed to, like continuing to say the same incorrect thing when like that's embarrassing, like to go around and like spew like misinformation about like at a point like asylum when I was trying to school you on and I'm wrong about it. So it's okay to be wrong. Like it's okay to say like, okay, yeah, I said that and I was wrong. There's a lot of people that don't do that. What I'm just like wanting you to know is it's genuinely like not a matter of I heard you say like I'm like a Trump voter, I'm Republican, like so obviously like I have to agree with him to stay consistent or something like that. You don't have to do that actually. You don't have to stay consistent with him. Whatever has been put, like whatever idea has landed in your brain that's made you feel like no matter what, you have to just like stay consistent, you don't. And if you're afraid that you're not going to have like friends on like the other side, or you're afraid that people aren't going to like all the people that you care for, like it's going to have cost. Like sometimes it costs friendships. I've lost a lot of like friendships and stuff because I want to educate people on asylum. I want to educate people on women's rights. I want to educate people on like the things that are going on around the world right now that are bad, but I want to be doing it in good faith and I want to be doing it in like honestly. And you should want that too. You should want to be doing it honestly. And there's a lot of people that want to do it honestly. So I'm just letting you know, like, you don't have to just agree with whatever Trump says just to stay consistent. We'd actually prefer it if you break that consistency, because that consistency is terrifying. Like, it's that consistency is getting people to say that, like, they've got us comfortable enough that you're okay with seeing the president call for the death of people, like, and repost about hanging people for just using their voice, you know? Like, that shouldn't be a comfortable thing. That should be alarming. That should be freaking people the fuck. I haven't seen, I'm 32 years old. I haven't seen that shit before. You know? That's weird.
Yeah. I just sorry. Yeah, it's tough for me in some instances, and I mean I'm just gonna be real here. It's tough for me in some instances to really um vote Democrat. It's just because, and this is like just as a young black man, I just feel like they haven't held up their end of the bargain. That's just me personally.
Like
As a
on what
Republican, I
specifically?
do believe,
Like what do you think that Trump is doing better?
as of right now, his first term he did more. Now he hasn't. I'm
Like what
still
did he
waiting
do?
to see if he goes back. The funding of HBCUs.
He actually cut funding for HBCUs. It was $500 million a year under Obama. He cut it to $255 million a year. It was increased to $2 billion a year, or I mean $4 billion a year under Biden. And then since Trump's got in office, he's decreased it again to a one-time payment of $500 million.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Can I also,
I
like,
gotta
here's
do some
here's
research.
here's a point of connection too, right? Like, there's a point, there's like, I'm seeing another opportunity for having some like crossover here. Because something I haven't told you yet, that like since I've been up here, is like I got kicked out of the military for being trans. Like, I'm a trans man, and just like you said, I'm like disappointed with the Democratic Party for not doing enough for the black community. Like, to be honest with you, dude, when you say that, I don't have any rejection. Like, I don't have any whatsoever. I know people are going to say knew it. It's fine. That's a kind of unkind comment. So please don't say stuff like that to trans people. I've only been on testosterone for 7 months. So I'm like, it's a work in progress here. I'm very open about it though. Anyhow, yeah. So like, when it comes to, like, the Democratic Party, I'm pretty pissed off with them too. Like, the last thing I'm going to do is hear somebody marginalized complain about something that like the government is doing to oppress them and be mad at them. Like, you are valid for like having the feelings that you do. They Trump administration paid 150 million dollars, like more than that, on anti-trans legislation, and the like it was a bunch of like, not legislation, sorry, advertisements, and it was propaganda. And it worked because the Democratic Party spent zero. Biden and Harris didn't even mention us. And so that got a lot of people to hate people like me, just for people just for existing. And now I lost my 13-year career. Like, I'm without a job. And if the Biden, or sorry, if the Biden Harris administration would have done better, then I would have maybe not lost my job. Then I maybe wouldn't be seeing my friends like be in danger. Like, trans women are in danger. It's harming. Like, you know what I mean. So,
Hmm.
without going on a tangent, dude, it's okay to say that the Democratic Party failed at something. It's okay to say like that certain, like, call out politicians. Like, I quite literally have zero obsession with any politician. I think that there are some that are doing a good job, and I think that that's great. But like, I don't go home at the end of the day and just like have a shrine for any singular politician. And you sure as hell aren't going to get me like questioning my own morals and my own beliefs for one.
Eli, I have a question for you. First of all, that's actually brave. I pray and everything goes well on your transition. Um,
Thank you.
I actually applaud you for that. That's actually very brave. Like again, even though, yeah, I would consider myself Republican. I believe be whoever you are. I don't. It doesn't matter to me even though I am Christian, I will never spew hate or demonize you, even though people in my party have. So I don't condone that. So I don't, even though I do say, hey, I vote for Trump, I don't want you to think that I don't support you, whatever it is that you're in your
Yeah, dude.
journey
I
or
mean, I
wherever it
didn't.
is you may go.
I,
But
just to be fair,
I
and
do have this
I'm sorry
question.
to
Yeah, go ahead.
interrupt you. I'm not trying to like. I didn't even bring that up so that we get like on that conversation. I do hear what you're saying, and I appreciate it. I just want to make sure that the point doesn't get missed. That like the whole point was that I see you and I hear you when you're saying that you don't support like the Democratic Party with certain things. That's okay. You can demand more. You should demand more. You should want the best, especially for like the Black community. However, like Parker did already say, like it would be like me saying I love Donald Trump because he's so good for trans people, as I just got kicked out of the military for being trans, as I'm like getting my rights stripped away here in Texas, how it's illegal for me to go to the bathroom. Do you know what I mean? It'd be like me saying like, oh, I love Donald Trump because he's good for trans people. Like Donald Trump is terrible for trans people. And so that's why I brought it up as like kind of a juxtaposition of like, I hear you. I can't understand what it's like to be a Black person. I can't understand what it's like to go through and experience like systemic racism. I'm just always going to benefit from it. And you should demand better from all of the like administrations, not just Democrats, like Trump too.
And this kind of what I was going to lead into, because this Trump ran on this. I think this is honestly an important conversation to have. So you and we don't have to talk about it if you don't want to, but you say to use the restroom, right? You believe that you should be able to go in and use any restroom that you so please.
When did I say that?
No, I'm just asking a question. I never said you said that.
But
I'm
when you
asking
ask
questions
it,
because
when you
I'm
set it
ignorant
up,
to it. I'm
that's
asking this
fine.
question.
That's fine. But when you set it up like that, it seemed weird. Just gonna say like you could have
Oh, I
just said,
apologize for
you
that.
could have just asked me like, because imagine just I'm like, this is just genuinely imagine that out of nowhere we just talking about like I just leveled with you and shared that with you, which isn't really a special thing because that's my platform pretty much on the internet, right? But imagine that I just asked you the same question just out of fucking nowhere. Can you just imagine if I was like, hey, bro, do you just like think that you can use whatever restroom that you want whenever you please?
I mean, absolutely. It was a debate when it
No,
was
no, 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 no.
colored fountains
I,
and
okay,
not colored
never mind.
fountains.
Never mind. Forget it. It's fine. I thought you might answer it in good faith. Anyways, no, that's not the stance that I hold. I did not put my opinion on what bathroom I should or should not use even out there. But yeah, I do think that I should be able to take a piss without anybody worrying about what my genitals look like. Because no matter how many times I've ever used the bathroom, I've never ever looked at somebody else's genitals while I'm going to the bathroom. So yeah.
I think you're misinterpreting what I'm saying. I'm generally asking a question because I'm talking to you to really try to
No,
maybe
I
help
just
me
think that
understand
I
or
should be
change
able to
my
go pee.
perspective
Yeah,
of understanding of changing my perspective on something that I'm ignorant to. I
I
have no
hear you, but I
knowledge
answered.
on what people feel. So like if I'm asking you a question in regards to what something that Trump ran on and something that I say, oh, I support because he said it. He said no trans,
So
like
am
no
I. We're
women
trans
should be
people.
in male sports or vice versa. So that's something I agree with. Considering the fact that we talked about immigration, there's one thing that I agree with, but there's a lot of things that
There's
come
one thing
under
that
with
you're
Trump.
gonna. There's one thing that you're not gonna cook me on everything, and I'm gonna tell you the one thing that I'm going to school you on, dude. Please don't argue with me. If you want me to educate you, I'll argue with you on a lot of topics, but when it comes to human rights, like I'm not arguing. I'm just trying to help you
I'm not
understand. The
arguing.
one
I'm
thing
not.
that I'm
I
not gonna do,
promise I'm
like,
not arguing. I'm genuinely asking again. I'm asking the questions
okay,
because
so
this
let
is
me.
something that I voted
Yeah,
for
hold
someone
on.
on.
Okay, so yes, I do think that I should be able to. I use the men's bathroom because if I'm going to be out in public using the woman's bathroom right now, I'm going to get the ever living, crap kicked out of me. And as I should, because, I'm a man. I shouldn't be trying to enter women's spaces without their consent. Now, if you're asking if I think that I shouldn't be going to the men's bathroom because of what anatomy I may or may not carry in my pants,
That's not what I
I
was asking.
totally disagree with whatever stance people have. But yes, I absolutely the same like legislation that like people forget about trans men. Everybody thinks about trans women all the time, but they forget about trans men. Like
So
we
I'm sorry.
exist too. So you want me to go in the women's bathroom, and you want trans women to go into the men's bathroom. So you want people like me who definitely would get kicked out of a woman's bathroom to go into the women's bathroom. So now, if you think about it, men are going to be able to go into women's bathrooms now and claim that they are trans. Like you just like it's just like it's so backwards, and it's already happening. People are getting
Right.
like,
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I'm asking these questions because I'm trying to get another perspective. Because
you've said that.
I've,
I'm helping. Like I'm
but I
teaching.
also think this. So, do you think trans men should be able to
Okay,
compete in
hey,
women's
Ashton.
sports?
At this point, I genuinely, I kind of
Feels
want to
like we're
move
just going
on.
from talking point to talking
Okay.
point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
I'm
we've been
just saying.
talking
I'm
for like
just
the
saying
past
that's
hour
something that
and
Trump.
23 minutes.
Right on. But yeah, I do. Yeah, that's fine. I was just trying to debate them, but
Well, this
yeah.
all isn't just. We're not just trying to have a good debate. Like Parker's trying to like change minds and convince people to like
And
hear
I'm
what he's
trying to
saying.
change my mind. I'm trying to change my
And
mind on something that I
you've
voted
already
for
had a
Trump on.
lot of really heavy like big things come up, and what he's saying, like if you're maybe just like sit and hang out and listen to more talking, like because we've
Absolutely.
already given you plenty to change your mind by now. And
Absolutely. Absolutely. I do appreciate Parker, you actually taking this time to actually talk to me. If I offended anyone, I do apologize. I'm genuinely just asking because I like to learn. I
yeah,
like to engage in this.
I'm not like
So
I'm chill. I have these conversations all the time, like daily. But yeah, all right. Thank you, Parker. I appreciate you, man, for letting me
Good
come
seeing
up
you.
and hang out. Everybody that gifted, thank you. You're the best. I appreciate you. I have a link in my bio for somebody that is that I would really appreciate it. A friend of mine. It was just her birthday. If you want to support me, that's where you can go support me. It's in my bio. I'll see you later,
All right.
Parker.
Have a great day. Have a great day, man. Alrighty,
thank you
Ashton. I
so much,
appreciate you coming
Parker.
up as well.
Again, yeah, again, thank you so much. Again, what you do, bro, very impactful. I know this is a debate show, but at the end of the day, I do support you. I do think what you're doing is very, very, very good. Like I told you last time, you're actually making people think, such as myself, to sit back to actually engage in such things of why do I believe this and why I believe that. So again, I do appreciate what you do, and I do appreciate you, and I thank you for actually taking the time. And peace and blessings and safety to you, brother.
All right. Well, I appreciate you coming up. Thank you so much. Have a
All
good
right,
day. Have
thank
a
you.
good day. Let's go on to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. I have a few people to think. I'm really far behind everyone. Dylan, thank you for the $1. Thank you. Harold with the $30. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Michelle, thank you for the $5. Shelly with the $5 as well. Michelle again with the $10. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I think I'm fully caught up there. Lovey, thank you for the $1. I really appreciate it. Absolutely. Based. Benjamin, thank you for the $5. Thank you. Brittany, thank you for the $10. Jesse, thank you for the 5. Scott with the 10. I really appreciate it. Barbara with the 5. Torino, thank you for the 10. I really appreciate it. Thank you. If I missed anyone's donation, I really do apologize. Kiola, thank you for the $20. And Afra, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $50 on Cash App. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Let's get on the next person real quick. Only send a guest request if you do meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates, everybody. Only send a guest request if you do meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Alrighty. Let's make sure to go on to the next individual real quick. Only send a guest request again if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Try to get the next person up. If you're on YouTube again, hit that thumbs up, everyone. Let's go on to the next individual real quick. And by the way, everyone, coming up for this next week, I'm going to be on live a lot because my girlfriend's going to be out of town. So I'll have a lot of time on live. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
18.
What's your birth year?
2007.
What month?
February.
If you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris with the knowledge that you have right now. Who would you rather vote for?
Bigger.
So disgusting. Let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates, everyone. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Yo, what's up? How old are you? They're not here. Let's go to the next individual. Again, only send a guest request if you do meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Get Dean to unban me.
What? Why would Dean ban Farm Sim Kid? What? That's crazy. That's crazy. What, Dean? What are you doing? Yo, can we get some L Dean in the comment section? That's crazy. That's crazy. I cannot believe that Dean Withers has done that. Wow. Wow, Dean. Banning Farm Sim Kid? That is taking it too far. Genuinely, bro. That's crazy. That is crazy, dude. Dude, man, that I think we should cancel Dean for that one. Banning Farm Sim Kid is not okay. That is nuts. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 18. My birthday was in April. I am British. However, I'd like to argue.
I'm sorry. I really appreciate you. Let's go on the next individual. Cancel Dean for banning Farm Sim Kid. That is terrible. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Wait, oh my god, I'm so sorry. I forgot I requested.
Oh, you're good. Don't worry. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed in the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed in the TikTok screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
18.
Do you support Trump?
Yes.
Okay, what's your birth year?
2007.
If you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who'd you rather vote for?
Trump.
What month were you born?
January.
Okay, and why do you support Trump?
I think he's smart
Why?
because he's America first.
Okay, and what has he done that's America first?
He doesn't send money to Ukraine.
Are you joking?
I mean, I'm not really informed, but that's what he said, so I believe him.
I'm gonna trust my gut. If you're on YouTube, hit that thumbs up. If you're on TikTok, tap that screen. It'll help get out to more people.
Hello?
Yo, what's up? How old are you?
18.
Do you support Trump?
Yo, yo, Parker, you got hands, bro?
How old are you?
Parker, I'll slap the shit out of you, bro. Real
Why?
shit.
Why?
Because you don't got hands, bro.
I don't have hands. I have hands. They're right here.
Nah, bro, you don't got them hands.
I do have hands. They're right here.
You can't box. Box me.
Bro,
Box me.
let's go on the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed in the TikTok screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hello, 61.
And do you support Donald Trump?
I would, but Michelle Obama for president. Thank you, Parker.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. All right. I guess. I appreciate you coming up. I guess. All right. Thank you. Let's go on the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. W. Michelle Obama for president. Let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you do meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates, everybody. Alrighty. Let's go on the next individual. If you're on YouTube again, hit that thumbs up, everyone. Let's try to get to 3,000 likes, everyone. I'd really appreciate it. If you want to support me, as always, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, link tree in the bio, as well as the description of the YouTube, as well as you can support me over YouTube Super Chat. We are trying to get some debates up here. Right now, we're having kind of some trouble getting some debates. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 19. Sorry. 19.
Do you support Trump?
Yes.
If you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who'd you rather vote for?
I love you, Parker. I love.
Let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
18.
What's your birth year?
October, and I'm here with my brother. He's also 18. His birthday is also October.
Birth
Twins.
year. What about his birth year?
Oh, 2007.
2007. Okay.
October.
And if you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who'd you rather vote for?
Trump.
Okay. So why do you support Trump?
Normal human being compared to Kamala Harris.
Kamala. How is Kamala Harris not a normal human being?
The first reason is we don't even know where she's from. I mean, she changes her accent every single interview she has.
We do know where she's from.
No,
what do you mean we don't know where she's from? She's a U.S. born citizen?
Yeah. Well, she just like changes her voice in every fucking interview. She's just a coper. Like, yes, she does. She just tends to what the people want to hear.
I have a question. How do you feel about Donald Trump literally saying that he wanted to execute some Democrats?
Give me the proof. What source?
Yeah, his Truth Social. If you look at his Truth Social, he actually reposted someone saying, HANG them, George Washington Wood, saying that Democrats, Democrats that were veterans in Congress were specifically calling or were engaging in quote unquote seditious activity just for saying not to follow unlawful orders.
Send me it.
That's on his Truth Social. Just go to Trump's Truth Social.
On what?
Truth Social.
All right.
It's literally his last tweets. I'm not trolling. Just scroll to his last tweets.
No, you're trolling. You're making it up. That's why you can't pull it up.
Janice, thank you for the
Name
$10.
three
thank
good
you.
things.
Rad with the $6. Thank you. I can pull it up right now if you really want me to.
No, it's fine. Name 3 things Kamala Harris has successfully done for our country.
The Inflation Reduction Act, the largest investment in renewable energy ever. $35
Groceries
capital.
are lowering. Gas
can I finish? You said didn't mention 3 things. And
401ks
this is
are at its highest.
Stop. One, this is a pivot.
401ks are at its highest.
I'm sorry. Why did I even let you pivot? I'm sorry. We're not pivoting. We're going back.
Dude, you're a fucking
because you're
moron.
going to cut me off anyway. You just got wait. I literally can mention all 3, but you just use that to pivot instead of addressing the fact that Donald Trump just called for the execution of Democrats in Congress.
All right, move on, dude. I moved on from what I said. You can move on from that. Find something different, bro.
How about you engage with what I have to say? Don't just pivot because you're scared, bud. Read the fucking screen.
You fucking did the same thing when I said.
Hey, buddy, read the screen. Read the screen. Do you see this? This is really bad and dangerous to our country. Their words cannot be allowed to stand. Seditious behavior from traitors. Lock them up. President DJT. And then he next says, hold up, bro. It literally won't load, bro. Like, this is so annoying.
All right, fine. Just move on.
Why does it do this?
You need more than 1 point to win a debate.
Listen.
All right, you gotta go, bro.
Do you see this? Seditious behavior. Punishable by death.
Yeah, I mean, why can't you just respond to the other thing?
Do you see this? And then if you scroll down, he literally says this. This is what he reposted. Okay, he just left. Dude, what's the point, bro? Nico, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $5. Thank you. Thank you so much. Zachary, thank you for the $1 as well. Let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. They literally ran away because they were scared of the truth. Rhonda, thank you for the $5. Thank you. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
31. How you doing, brother?
Do you support Trump?
Hell yeah. You?
No. How do you feel about the fact that he specifically said... actually, wait, if you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris based upon the knowledge you have right now. Who'd you rather vote for?
Trumpy Trump.
Okay, so why would you support Trump even given the fact that he's called for the execution of some Democrats?
Dude, that's not true, bro. He's just a goofy man, bro. Like, grow up. He's joking, bro. Like, he's a jokester, bro.
Apparently he's a troll. Santana said he was a troll. Let's go to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. Let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Alrighty, do give it a second. If you're on YouTube again, hit that thumbs up, everyone. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Yo, hello?
How old are you?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, how old are you?
Oh, alright, 20.
Do you support Trump?
No, I don't support neither of them because the Jewish lobby is in.
So the next individual only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed in the TikTok screen. We are just looking for Trump supporters, everyone. People who do support Donald Trump. Let me guess, you still support Donald Trump even though he called for the execution of Democrats.
What did he exactly say?
He called for the execution of Democrats because he said that they were engaging in
Can
seditious
you actually show
activity.
me what he said? Can you actually show me what he said?
Dude, I've done this with like the past few guests. I'll do it again. Jesus.
Go ahead. I mean, you asked the question.
That's what he reposted. Do you see this? What does this say?
Unlawful. Hang them, George Washington Wood. Did he repost? You reposted that, okay?
Yeah,
so
he reposted that. Hold up, we're gonna
reposted it from. What
Hold
was
up,
he
I gotta do this because like literally Truth Social, this shit does not work. It literally glitches every single time I try to fucking swipe on it. It's the worst fucking platform I've ever seen. Let me try again. There we go. Like, dude, it's actually so shit. Thank you for the Viking Hammer Blood. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Look, he says seditious behavior, punishable by death. This is really bad and dangerous to our country. Their words cannot be allowed to stand. Seditious behavior from traitors.
Seditious behavior punishable by death?
He says that, yeah.
Well, I'm asking, is it?
I don't think it is.
You don't think it is?
No.
Okay, so actually, under
what is
article,
this? What does this say? What does this say? Can you read
under
that off?
Article 94 in UCMJ? Did you know that if you're retired, you can be subject to?
Can you read
you are
this?
still subject. No, don't pivot, dude. I'm going to address this real quick for you. Yes, that is the old way of doing death. Sure, okay.
Oh,
but under sedition, it is actually punishable by death in UCMJ. So, if you are retired,
no. If actually I looked at it earlier, it does not. It does not. It says
no,
up
dude,
to 20 years in prison.
Don't even. I've been military police for over 10 years.
I just read it. It says up to 20 years in prison.
I can pull up the fucking UCMJ right now for you.
Do it. Do it.
Go ahead. All right, no problem.
Mackenzie, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you, Mackenzie. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Ariel, thank you so much. Really appreciate the $5. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'm probably going to do that from now. Rhonda, thank you for the $5. Thank you. It's actually diabolical. Those ads are atrocious. Okay. Let me catch up on YouTube, everyone. I have some people to catch up on YouTube while he tries to find this information because he's looking for his Trust Me Bro sources. Do give us a second real quick. Let me say thank you to some people real quick while he's checking his Trust Me Bro sources. I'm a fish. Thank you for the $5. Justin, thank you for the $2. Aru, thank you so much. Really appreciate the $10. Thank you so much. Oh, that's so kind of you. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Ray, thank you for the $5. Justice for Farm Sim Kid. I know, right? Anthony, thank you for the $5. Can we pay you to finally play Farm Sim with the Farm Sim Kid? Name your price, bro. I feel like the thing holding me back is just because he's a minor. Like, genuinely, like, I wouldn't do it because of that. Because, like, I guess, I don't know. I haven't really thought about it much. Reviews, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $20. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Can we get some W's for reviews in the comment section right now? Thank you so much, reviews. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Can you read that
That's so kind of
bottom
you.
line in section B for me?
Hold up. I will in a second. Thank you so much for the $20. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. That's so kind of you. Thank you so much.
This is the actual
I really appreciate
UCMJ,
it.
by
Thank
the
you.
way.
W's for reviews with Faye. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Nina, thank you for the $5 and for the $5 as well. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Oh, thank you for the information. I really appreciate it. Kayla, thank you for the $5. Cindy, thank you so much for the $2. Tiffany, thank you for the $5. Noelle, thank you so much. Really appreciate the $10. Ellie, thank you so much. Really appreciate the $5. Feisty with the $5 as well. Thank you. Jabin, thank you so much. Really appreciate the $5 as well. Thank you. Pazzo, thank you for the $5. SE7, thank you so much for the $5. Nicholas, thank you for the $10. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Laugh Leslie, thank you for the $5. Thank you. Jabin, thank you for the $5. Nicholas, thank you for the 10. Brian with a 5. And SE7, thank you for the 5 again. Again, if you want to support me, as always, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, link tree in the bio, as well as the description of the YouTube, as well as you can support me over YouTube Super Chat on the pinned comment on YouTube. So what are you showing?
So this is Article 94 of UCMJ.
Just read it for me.
For mutiny and sedition, sir. So a person who is found guilty of attempted mutiny, mutiny, sedition, or failure to suppress or report mutiny or sedition shall be punished by death or such other punishment as a court martial may direct.
Appreciate the red carpet. So he said seditious behaviors. Seditious behaviors.
Yes. So what? Yes.
So that's not seditious behaviors. 1.
I'm so glad you brought that
and
up.
2. When was the last time that was enforced?
Can you let me finish, bro? Seriously.
I was asking clarifying questions. You crybaby.
Yes. Okay. Name calling because I'm about to call you out. All right. That's
no. I just said that you're a crybaby because you literally wouldn't let me just make a clarifying question.
So under Article 134. Under the appearance, you can get charged under the appearance of sedition. That is generally used for charging.
What do you have to do in order to meet that?
It's a general term. So under the appearance, so say for instance, I have a soldier, right, and I tell him to engage enemy, and he drops his weapon and says, "I refuse." Right? Is he refusing a direct order from me? Yes or no?
Is it lawful order or is it unlawful order?
So under that if it's coming from me and the enemy's engaging in us,
wait, by the way,
is that lawful or not?
One, what you just brought up isn't sedition. 2, like if you want to reference the situation, you're not actually answering my question. Is it a lawful order?
I am. What you're trying to do. So if the enemy is engaging in us, right?
Is that a lawful order? Yes or no?
What do you think that would be? If the enemy is attacking us in the military, and I give an order to a soldier to engage, is that lawful? Yes or no?
I'm asking you that question. Yes, right?
Yes, it is.
Yes. So then again, we are talking about.
If they refuse,
hey, listen.
So if they
hey,
no, stop. So if they refuse to if they refuse to engage because they deem it unlawful because they like the enemy or for whatever reason, they're going to say that is unlawful. Then what happens next?
Okay, if it's an unlawful order, then you do not need to follow.
Who determines that? Here's the thing: is yes, and that it. Here's the thing: is you're giving the perception that you're given the perception that Donald Trump is giving.
So let me clarify. Orders. Let me clarify. Telling
you're given
people,
the perception that Donald Trump is giving unlawful orders.
Telling people to disobey unlawful orders, is that seditious behavior?
If I say you don't have to follow this guy's orders because they appear to be unlawful, or because I don't like them,
dude, I'm asking you a specific
question.
Is that seditious behavior? Can he answer the question? Will he answer the question?
Am I giving the appearance of sedition if I just say, hey, you don't have to follow this guy's orders because he unlawful orders just because you don't like him? That is giving the appearance of sedition, whether you like it or not. That is the appearance. If there's higher evidence that shows, this is why your party's losing, brother. Like, I'm just curious. Like, I'm assuming you get paid by the DNC. So what happens if they can't pay you anymore?
Dude, you think I'm getting paid by the DNC now? So by the way, me saying that, yeah, I disagree with the president of the United States. Stop talking. I disagree.
You are getting paid anymore. I don't think you are getting paid.
I disagree with the president of the United States, right, saying that it's seditious behavior, right, for Democrats that are in Congress who are veterans to say that you should not follow.
Give me an example of unlawful orders he's given.
Genuinely, please listen. Stop. Like, calm down for a second. Genuinely. Peace.
Give me an example of unlawful order he's done.
Dude, they didn't specify it. All they did was make a claim that specifically, if there is an unlawful order, you should not.
And have they ever done that before to any other president?
Wow.
No.
This is
so now that's the appearance.
Impossible.
Now that is the appearance.
Hey, dude, can you chill and let me finish? This is unbearable. I can't have a conversation with you like this.
I could give a fuck. Because you got called out.
I didn't get called out. You're just not letting me speak.
No, because I gave the
I
showed
want
you
you
the
to. I
order
want you to
where it says
listen to
it's
what I have to
responsible for my
say.
death.
Can you listen to what I have to say so I can respond to this?
Sure, go ahead.
Otherwise, I can just rage bait you. I promise you, I can do it more. Okay.
Oh my God! Don't rage bait me, Jesus Christ! Oh no.
So, are you willing to listen now? So,
Go
I
ahead, dude.
disagree with the president of the United States saying it's seditious behavior for Democrats, right, who are in Congress, who are veterans, to say you should not follow unlawful orders. That was it. Was just that you shouldn't follow unlawful orders. Okay. So that is all they said. That in of itself is not seditious behavior. Do you think that's seditious behavior?
What negative outcomes can happen in that event?
I asked you a specific question. I'm going to wait
and I'm
to
asking
get an
you
answer to my
so
specific question.
If I have a bunch of, all right, so let me put it this way: under Joe Biden, if we have conservatives that go on YouTube saying, "Hey, you don't have to follow these unlawful orders of Joe Biden or his auto pen," by the way,
that's not
what would you
seditious
say
behavior.
about it?
That's not seditious behavior.
Really?
Yeah, I wouldn't argue for those idiots to be fucking literally executed. That's insane.
These are things that are commonly known in the military, by the way. So why are they bringing that up on main TV? This is already known, by the way.
So
again,
why are they would you argue for those people? Wait, I have a question. Would you argue?
No, I'm asking you. Don't pivot. Why
I asked him a question. He never answered my question, by the way. He still hasn't answered it.
Why are they putting that on TV if it's already known common knowledge in the military?
Why is what being put on TV?
Everybody in the military knows about unlawful orders, whether to follow it or not. So why specifically did they go on TV to do that?
Because they think it's a risk that the Trump administration could engage in unlawful orders.
Based off of what?
And because he's
Based
violated
off of what?
Because he's violated constitutionally protected rights already, and he has already given unlawful orders to people like this guy will not listen to what I'm saying. Holy shit! I'm explaining right now. Please be quiet. Can I explain?
Well, you gotta get to the point because you're gonna.
I can't get to the point if you don't even give me a sentence.
Okay, which ones did he violate?
He violated the First Amendment, the Second Amendment, the Fourth Amendment, the Fifth Amendment, and the 14th Amendment. And I can keep going, and I'll explain exactly why. The First Amendment, he passed an executive order putting people to put people in prison for a year for burning the American flag. The Second Amendment, he's advocating to take away trans Americans' access to their guns.
Nope, not even close.
Can I please finish without you cutting me off? All you can do is interrupt. Every time you interrupt me, I'm just going to take it as a W and know that you've lost the entire argument.
All right, you can identify it as a win. That's
every single time you interrupt me, the DNC will send me another $5. That's just they just sent me that. They just told me every single time.
They're gonna have to take another.
And Andrea, thank you so much for the $5 from Andy and the DNC. Thank you so much. Madeline, thank you for the $5 from the DNC. Valerie with the $5 from the DNC. Sherman, thank you for the $10 from the DNC. Thank you so much, Sherman. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Kimani, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $5. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Mackenzie, thank you for the $5. Thank you. We absolutely should impeach this guy. We just need to get Republicans on our side to do it. Ari, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Christian, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $11 from the DNC Denmark chapter. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Moira, thank you for the $1 from the DNC. Brittany with the $4 or $5 from the DNC. Francesca, thank you for the $5. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I actually don't know. Zachary, thank you for the $1. Angela Nader, thank you so much for the $5 from the Canadian DNC branch. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you very much. Incredibly appreciated. I really appreciate the DNC money. Heather, thank you for the $10. I really appreciate it. Tara, thank you for the $20 from the DNC. Thank you so much. Drizzle, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $2. Laugh and Leslie, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $2 from the DNC. Caleb with the $5. Thank you so much. And thank you so much. I really appreciate the TikTok gift. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. And Angelica, thank you for the $5 for the interruption DNC donation. I really appreciate it. Thank you. You coming back, bro? Christy, thank you for the $1. Oh, let me guess, he ran away. Let me guess, he ran away, chat. Anna, thank you for the $10. Tell guess he's obnoxious and wrong. He actually is. Lisa, thank you for the $5. Thank you. Zachary with the $2. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Oh, look, he ran away, chat. He's running away. He ran away. Because the DNC started sending me money. Maddie, thank you for the $5 from the DNC. Mike with the $5 from the DNC. Look at him running away. Look at him running away. That was so funny. Dude, he was so insufferable. So insufferable. He was so scared of the truth. Luke, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much. Let's go on the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Yo, what's up, how old are you?
I support Trump.
I don't believe you do. Alrighty, let's go on the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Yo, what's up, how old are you? Maddie, thank you for the $1 from the DNC. What's up?
42.
Do you support Trump?
I support him like a training bro.
Like, if you could go back in time with the knowledge that you have right now and you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris, who'd you rather vote for?
Go back in time, I'd first kill Hitler. But then, yes, I suppose I would vote for Trump.
So, you would unalive a fascist and be anti-fascist and then support a fascist right after it? That does not make any sense, bro.
Well, I assume that if Hitler were killed...
Okay. We're gonna have the next individual. I think that's a troll. Yo, what's up, how old are you?
19.
Do you support Trump?
Yup.
Okay, if you could go back in time with the knowledge that you have right now and you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris, who would you rather vote? What the fuck? What the fuck? YouTube, you don't even want to know. That was, Chat, you don't even want to know. Just don't even ask. Yo, what's up, how old are you?
How you doing, young man?
Do you support Trump?
Well, this is I never voted for him, but I support what we can learn once he is out of office.
Okay, so you don't support him?
I do think once this is all over, I think.
Okay. I feel like he's inevitably just gonna say he doesn't support him. Can you say hey to my bestie Sydney? Absolutely. What's up, Sydney? And yes, we have the same name. Her and her dog Max. Oh, based. W Max, W Sydney. Dion, thank you for the $5 from the Charlotte's DNC.
Does that person have a shot caller like Hassan too, or what?
Yo, what's up, how old are you?
22.
Do you support Trump?
Yeah.
If you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
Obviously Donald Trump.
Okay, why do you support Trump?
Because he's banning gay people from going into women's stalls and all that.
What?
Yeah,
What,
like trans people going into stalls, like
Oh,
they're not
okay. Wait,
supposed to.
not all trans people are gay. Secondly, you're saying that he wants to limit people who are biologically male from going into women's spaces. So then would you ever support a candidate that bragged about walking into the changing rooms of naked women while they're changing without their consent, who was a man?
And who was that? Trump?
Well, yeah, would you support Trump if he did that?
He didn't do that though.
No, if he did that, would you still support him?
Yeah.
Yeah, you would. Well, he did do that, and you still do support him. So it doesn't sound like you care about like invading women's spaces. Secondly, like trans women going into women's spaces is not a threat to women in general. As one, trans women are women, and two, trans women aren't likely to harm women in that context, right?
What about
There's
Hitler
no evidence
though?
of that?
Hitler was right too though.
Okay. What the fuck? Let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates.
Hello.
Yo, what's up? How old are you?
22.
Do you support Trump? Honestly, today's been pretty insufferable, to be honest. So the next individual, only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to join. I love you though.
You're good. You're good. Don't worry. Let's go to the next individual. Brittany, thank you for the $5. Thank you. Yep, trust me, my patience gets tested every day. Yo, what's up? How old are you? How old are you? Hey, you know, I can take one thing out of this. My patience being tested right now will be good for being a parent in the future. That will be, it's good practice, maybe. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hello?
How old are you? You're so disgusting. Let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hello?
How old are you?
I'm 18.
What? And do you support Donald Trump?
Yeah, but
Okay, and if you
before
could
we
go back in
begin,
time,
though,
you
I
could
want
either
to
vote for
debate
Donald
mostly
Trump
about
or...
theology. Yes, I do support.
Okay, and if you could go back in time, you could either vote for
Yes, I do
Donald
support
Trump or
Donald
Kamala
Trump.
Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
Donald J. Trump.
Okay, so then how do you feel about the fact that literally the last 48 hours he's talked about executing Democrats?
Really?
Yeah, he literally
I
on
wasn't
Truth Social.
up to date with the news, but
Yeah, on Truth Social, he retweeted someone who said HANG them George Washington would in reference to Democrats that were in the context of Congress that were are veterans, and they just said to refuse unlawful orders. Right, that's all they said, and he was claiming that seditious behavior, and then also claimed that seditious behavior is punishable by death. So that's, you can go to his Truth Social. This is the last 48 hours what Donald Trump's done himself.
well, that's interesting. Isn't that like basically like disregarding of First Amendment?
Yeah, and the Constitution.
Pretty much.
And literally, that's calling for their deaths.
Oh.
So, like that's like literally like textbook fascism.
Oh, that's really. I mean, he also like broke a lot of constitutions, right? So like, I'm a dual citizen. Let's just begin with that. So why would a dual citizen protect a person who condemns 14th Amendment? Now, listen, I'm more of a legacy Republican. So even though I don't like Donald Trump as a personal or stylistic level, when I say stylistic, I mean like how he talks, I can still understand certain like ideological impulses behind his appeal. My perspective isn't tied to the Donald Trump himself, but that morality or like and responsibility that conservatives preach for Christianity. I'm just like, I agree with that personally. So I'm more like.
Do you think this is more in line with Christianity? Calling for the execution of your political opponents is more in alignment with Christianity?
No, I just said I'm a legacy Republican, but you know what a legacy Republican means?
So then you might support other Republicans, but you don't currently support Donald Trump. Is that what your view is?
I'm more of a New Yorkian Republican, like John McCain, basically.
Okay,
that's
who Donald Trump said was not a war hero because he was captured.
Oh. Well.
I can play the clip if you'd like to hear it.
I'll watch it myself. Thank you very much. But
I got you. Don't worry.
I supported him for president. I raised $1 million for him. It's a lot of money. I supported him. He lost. He let us down.
Oh.
But, he lost. So I never liked him as much after that because I don't like losers. But Frank, let me get to it. He hit me. He's not a war hero. He's a war hero. He's a war hero. 5.5 years. He's a war hero because he was captured. I like people that weren't captured, okay? I hate to tell you. Do you agree with that? He's a war hero.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I mostly came here because you debate theology most of the time. You're an atheist, as I assume, correct?
I don't debate it most of the time. I am an atheist, yes. But, like, are you
I just think,
Donald Trump?
okay,
You just want to debate
so
me on theology?
No, I just think if you debate about theology, I think it will benefit you because a lot of conservatives and Maga that are watching
I've debated
this,
about it in the past. I used to do lives where I would do prove to me God exists. I did that all the time. I've had a bunch of Christianity debates.
I mean,
trust me, I can do
that's
that.
why
It's only if it's relevant to the politics streams, though.
That's why I'm a legacy Republican. So I still I support him on a pseudo level, I guess you can just say that.
Okay, so
I just want to
can you
make
name
that.
one thing Trump could do that would get you to stop supporting him?
Well, he kind of did a lot of things, honestly. I mean, I've watched your streams for like quite a while, I'm gonna be honest. So I see the comment section, everybody's saying, there's like, Sky Daddy or whatever. I just think it's like, disrespectful to my religion. Like I believe in secularism, obviously, right? Separation of the government and the church.
Okay, well,
But
then you just
I think it's
contradicted
just like-
yourself. You can't say the reason why you support Republicans is because of your religious beliefs, then say you believe in secular ideology. Because then you're saying religious beliefs should
No,
not
I believe in
influence
secular
political
society.
beliefs.
I don't think we should enforce. No, I don't think we should. No, it
But,
is.
so then religious
no,
reasons are
that
not
doesn't
reasons
contradict
why the law
conservative
should be a
values.
certain way. Religious reasons are not
I'm
a
not a
reason
Christian.
to have a certain
I'm not
political
like
perspective.
a Christian nationalist, right? That's like really unconstitutional, if you ask me. I mean, everybody knows that. So that would just. I'm not a patriot though. Like I hate when people say there's like a lot of things wrong with Constitution, right? Gun violence with like the Second Amendment. Like you can like debate a lot about that. So like
Dude, I don't even
I'm not a
think you're
true patriot like every
bro.
typical American.
I don't even think you're Republican,
I am a
bro. What are
Republican.
you talking about?
I am a Republican.
So
Like,
what do you agree
I
with? What do you
support-
agree with Republicans or Trump on? Because, or actually, how about this? If Trump said that he never asked God for forgiveness, would you stop supporting him?
No, because he runs for Republican Party, so it's still in the support
Okay, if
of
Kamala
Christian
Harris
values.
and Donald Trump swapped parties, the same thing stays. Everything about them. They have the same policy, the same character, the same everything about them stays the exact same. But they
God,
swapped
I
parties.
can't play this anymore. I fucking hate Trump. I'm sorry, bro. I'm gonna leave. I'm so sorry.
I had a feeling. Stephanie, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $10. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Let's go on the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates.
And she been like,
Yo, what's up? How old are you?
she was like, "You're pushing me away. You're replacing me." And I'm like, "Riley, you're my best friend."
Let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. Let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Yo, what's up? How old are you? Oh, you're good. Don't worry. Let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you do meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Chat. Honestly, I'm having a hard time getting debates today, and because like I'm getting so many trolls, where I haven't even really been able to run mostly like the debates today. I really do apologize. Only send a guest request if you do meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Yo, you suck, man.
How old are you?
The fix is, I'll do it.
Okay. All right. You just want to say that I suck and then leave? Okay. All right. Let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed in the TikTok screen. Wig, thank you for the $5. Thank you. I don't know. I don't think that because of one day that would make sense to do that. I think it's just uniquely there's more trolls today. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
25.
Well, you said 25 and I kicked you. Libby, thank you for the $20 for the trolls aren't the worst part of today's stream. It was finding out Dean bans Farm Sim Kid. Yeah, you know what? I actually kind of agree with that. Dean banning Farm Sim Kid? Jeez, bro. I'm going to have to call him out for that on stream. That is too much. Seriously, like, I'm going to call him and hold him accountable for that. Hey, Rob.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, welcome
I'm
back.
a different Rob. I'm not the Rob that debated you before. Oh,
No.
you're not even. You're still debating me. I'm a Trump supporter. 51.
I actually will, Rob, because Rob, I want you to realize that this is the point where you shouldn't support him anymore. And I want you to come to the light side, man.
I am kind of veering towards being independent. I'm still leaning toward the right, but I did meet a conservative that was telling me some really weird shit. And what he was saying was that there are dudes in Washington, D.C., progressives that are keeping these girls underground to get them impregnated.
What are you talking
And
about?
then
Progressives. Well, progressives.
the progressives in our government that are
What progressives?
using them for adrenochrome.
Oh God.
And then he said,
"Hey Rob,
there's a train underground that goes from."
Oh God.
Yes, and this is why I don't believe this, dude.
Rob, stop. Oh, you don't believe this? Okay, good. I genuinely, I'm glad that you don't believe that. That's a QAnon conspiracy theory. There's no evidence of that. Okay, I literally, that's such a crazy conspiracy theory that like I like will play on the conspiracy theory where people think that like I am like getting adrenochrome. So like that's obviously not true, right? Now, Rob, the point that I want to get to you is that you can be a conservative, you can still be a Republican without supporting Donald Trump. Okay, I'm not even trying to convince you to be a liberal yet. I'm just saying you can be a conservative, you can be a Republican, and you can still be against Trump. It's being an American at this point. He just called for the execution of some Democratic Congress people, okay? You have to realize that there's a point. What happened to free speech? What happened to, we got to pull down the rhetoric? What happened to we care about other people where you want them to be able to have their own opinions? Genuinely, like at this point, you should realize that he isn't even allowing for that anymore.
Yes, I didn't hear about him calling for the execution of anyone.
Do you want me to show you actually? Because I mean, it is pretty crazy information.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Here.
But he does meet with the bad motherfuckers. Like he's meeting with my Donnie right now.
Hold up. I don't think Mom Donnie's bad, but look at this. So this is really bad and dangerous to our country. Their words cannot be allowed to stand. Seditious behavior from traitors. Lock them up. President DJT. He also said, seditious behavior, punishable by death. And it's in reference to Democratic veterans in Congress urged service members to refuse unspecified unlawful orders. Also, he literally reposted, look at this, this person right here who said, HANG them, George Washington Wood. And by the way, this profile picture right here, this is a neo-Nazi symbol. So Donald Trump is retruthing someone with a neo-Nazi profile picture that literally said HANG them, George Washington Wood. And by the way, that's 13,000 likes too. So over 10,000 people liked that on Truth Social.
Yeah, but that isn't the official swastika.
Wait, that's literally it's not the swastika, but it is one of the Nazi symbols. It's one especially used by neo-Nazis today.
Okay,
it's called like the Iron Cross. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, I don't keep up with that kind of stuff, to be honest, but I do.
Okay, but like
agree
that's just a historical
with Trump.
point. Like people use it today who are neo-Nazis. That's literally the neo-Nazi, like one of the neo-Nazi symbols.
Yeah, well, they're extremists on the right, extremists on the left.
But Trump's reposting them. I'm not just saying they're on the right, dude. I'm just saying Trump is reposting them, saying HANG, literally Democrats in Congress that just said don't follow unlawful orders.
Yeah, that was probably somebody in his, I don't know, somebody that checks his emails and then just, he probably never even saw it.
No, dude, this is literally him from the toilet, bro. This is literally Donald Trump. It is. I doubt even an intern would do that. Okay, this is Donald Trump. This is totally Trump. And why wouldn't an intern do that? And why wouldn't they have taken it down already? I'm sorry. This is from a day ago now. They would have taken it down.
Well, I've never even seen that or seen it on the news or anything, but I know that we're creating new jobs in America. Building facilities
That's like literally not even
manufacturing jobs that
real domestic manufacturing investment has declined since Trump got in office, Rob, and it had a massive increase under Biden's administration. But even if that was true, that's not enough of a reason to overlook specifically what we're seeing in terms of him talking about executing Democrats. Okay? Like, I'm sorry, this is a threat to our democracy. This is a threat to freedom of speech. This is a threat to our ability to engage in civil discourse.
No, that's just talking, yeah. That's not literally. He wouldn't literally do that.
Okay, Rob, would you be okay if everyone in the chat were spamming that they are okay with that happening to Republicans?
No, but there are people...
I disagree with that. Now, if you would have an issue with Democrats doing that, why don't you have an issue with your side doing that? If Joe Biden did this, could you imagine what the response would be?
Listen to some of the stuff that, what's her name? Jasmine Crockett says.
Yeah, what did she say? She's never done something anywhere near comparable to this.
Yeah, she's called Trump some bad names.
A fascist, maybe? That's true.
Yeah,
him calling for the execution of his political opponents is definitely textbook fascism.
Yeah, well, dudes have already tried to assassinate Trump on the left.
And there's been people on the right, too. So, I mean, there's a few things here. How is that supposed to be indicative of any of this? Is that justification for him saying that other people should be unalived? Because no Democratic congressperson called for him to be unalive.
Yeah, but if I go through all their emails, you know there's somebody that says that.
Okay, if there's someone out there that says that, sure. But we're talking about Congress people. There's no one in Congress would you be able to point to that specifically has advocated for that. If you're talking about personal people, like in the public, yes. People, civilians, have definitely advocated for that. But that's not the president.
Yeah, well, what I came across...
So if Joe Biden did that, would you be okay with that? Or would you say that a reasonable person would not support Joe Biden if he called for the execution of Republicans in Congress who he believed engaged in, quote-unquote, seditious actions by saying that people in the context of the government, service members, should not follow unlawful orders?
Yes, I don't even think that this is real news, to be honest with you. This is probably AI created.
Fake news? Dude, this is on Trump's Truth Social. How is it fake news? AI created on Trump's Truth Social? You can publicly
who's
look
your
at?
Source?
What's your source? Trump's Truth Social. His own account.
Yeah, okay.
With 11 million followers. His verified account on Truth Social.
All right, can we move on from this because this is
wait, can you acknowledge that this is obviously
that's
not AI?
Cool. That's not cool to hang somebody.
Obviously. Now, why do you support him in despite of this?
Well, he's meeting with these dictators and changing their opinions
on what?
And their views and philosophies.
No, he's not.
Which that's a good thing. What you say?
No, he's not doing that. And what is he changing their philosophies towards? Being more tyrannical? Being more dictator-like? Being more fascistic? Like, seriously, in what way is he changing their ideological views in a positive way?
Well, after he meets with Madani, he will probably not be a Marxist anymore. And
what?
He will
wait, okay, so you think that...
be a normal thinking person.
You think Trump is going to meet with Zohran Mamdani, and Zohran Mamdani is going to come out of that meeting not a democratic socialist anymore?
No, he's going to come out as a God-fearing Christian and not be a
So he's gonna
socialist.
convert from Islam to
Yes,
Christianity.
he's going to convert him to being a believer. Yes.
Okay.
Because Trump is a Christian, and now Madani will be.
Hey, Chad, I just want to let people on YouTube know this isn't a troll. Like, Rob's actually being serious. I've talked to Rob before. He's actually not trolling. I just want to be serious here. Hey, what makes you think that Trump is going to convince Mamdani to be a Christian?
Well, he's got power of persuasion, and he's a Christian himself. So, and he's at the White House.
Okay, so because he's a Christian doesn't mean he's going to change, right, someone's mind and make them a Christian.
Well,
okay.
yes,
Secondly,
and
I don't
then-
think. Can you tell me how Donald Trump upholds Christianity?
Yes, he's married, and he's against
married?
abortion. Yes, he's against abortion.
So I just want to let you know he's cheated on multiple wives, and he's divorced multiple times. The current wife he's with, he cheated on her while she was pregnant.
Yeah, well, you're not going to sleep with her while she's pregnant. That's. But
what? I'm sorry.
At the same
Would you-
time,
Rob,
I've had
would-
many
Rob,
women cheat
Rob,
on
Rob,
me.
Rob. Would you cheat
I
on your
forgive
wife?
them.
Rob. One, technically you can. Secondly, right, like I think obviously talk to your doctor. Secondly, like you understand that, like, would you like cheat on your wife while she was pregnant?
No, I can't impregnate a woman. I've had cancer multiple times, and I've
I'm sorry to hear that.
And I will nut in a woman's hair before I impregnate her. That's my way of.
Wait, what?
Anyway, that's irrelevant.
Why did you say that, Rob? Why did you say that? Like actually, like why did you say that?
Well, that's my birth control. Anyway, I've been practicing that since I was in high school. But, you know, I'm a logical
Rob,
normal
what the
thinker.
fuck are you talking about, Rob? What are you saying right now, Rob?
Yes, I don't believe in
Rob,
abortion for birth control.
Rob.
I believe.
What the fuck, Rob? Dean, do you see what's going on right now?
Dude, okay, first, I just need to point out the obvious. You're like totally a POS for trying to, in one sense or another, justify men cheating on their pregnant wives because of like a lower level of sex appeal because of marriage, right? Like you're literally like such a POS for that. Like I just don't think that there's like a more despicable, right, a thing that a man can do to their wife in the context of infidelity. Right, like that's pretty terrible, right? Like big fuck you for that. And then second of all, what you just said that?
I am glad you came up here, Dean.
Before you impregnated them, like, dude, what are you saying?
Yes, this is part of my campaign when I run for Senate in Georgia.
So part of your campaign when you run for Senate is to convince your constituents to nut in women's hair.
Yes, it's called Don't Nut the Slut bill that I will pass through Congress, the House, and
what the fuck did you kick him?
Yeah, I did. What the fuck just happened?
I was tracking what he was saying. I was definitely a little curious. That was really strange.
You know, I when I brought him up, I thought this would convince him. I genuinely thought so. What the fuck? Dude, Dean, the live today has been so unhinged. It's been so unhinged. Like, what is going on today, bro? Was this crazy for you yesterday?
No, yesterday, like, I feel like I actually had like a higher percentage of guests than normal that were like willing to concede when they were wrong.
Oh, well, that's good. That's good. I'm glad that you had that. Jeez, what's going on? Are you staying up here for a little bit to coast, or are you just coming up real quick to respond to that? Oh wait, hold up, Dean. I need to respond to you about something. I need to call you out right now, Dean.
Oh no.
How dare you ban Farm Sim Kid? How dare you? You should be canceled.
I think I said I banned him, but I didn't actually.
No, he came up on my live and said, Parker, tell Dean to unban me.
He's not banned, bro.
How dare you? Jeez, honestly, dude, this is crazy, Dean.
So when I like kick people from my live, I scream banned, but like in all reality, like I don't actually ban them. I just kind of kick them from the live, right? So Pharmacid Kid still has access, all right? But Buddy needs to follow the rules, all right? He's a chronic rule breaker.
He is a chronic rule breaker, and that's really funny. That is really funny, and he came up earlier, and everyone's been spamming justice for Farm Sim Kid since. Push the Galaxy. That's crazy. It's actually crazy. So I was gonna ask, did you say you had time real quick, or are you just come up?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just waiting to go live myself, so maybe I could coast with you for a little bit before I hop on.
Bet. I'm at like 3.5 hours right now. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
20.
Do you support Trump?
Dean, they say I look like you.
Yeah.
Appreciate.
But like, I also just took a shower, so my hair's not as like.
I don't know. I don't see it.
I saw this one account one time where I scrolled past their account and they were like, "Oh, I people have been saying I look like Dean," and I made.
Was his name Garrett?
They didn't even look like you, honestly, that much. It was just like very.
Was he
slightly.
playing the guitar?
What's up?
Was he playing the guitar?
I don't think so.
There's this guy named Garrett that does lives on TikTok that plays the guitar, and he kind of does look like me, right? Like I kind of like it, it's kind of eerie. He's like a small creator. Like I doubt you'd be able to find him by looking him up, but it's kind of crazy.
Hold up. I need to oh, fuck. I have something. I have a picture of someone who very much looks like you. Oh, but I can't find it. Hold up. This person definitely very much. Oh, I found him. This one very much looks like you. Has anyone ever? What?
Go ahead. Okay. All right, buddy. Okay.
Has anyone ever seen this picture before?
All right.
Has anyone ever seen this picture before? This is a person that was stealing baby Jesus. Okay? They were stealing baby Jesus. Okay? And you know what it really looks like? This was in Colorado, by the way. Colorado. You know what it really looks like, Chad? It looks like Dean fucking Withers. Right here, look at him. Look at him. Dean stole baby Jesus, everyone. He stole baby Jesus. Look at this. Look at this. This is obviously Dean.
Can I tell you why all these people look like me?
Why do they look like you?
It's because I'm a basic white boy, right? Like at the end of the day, like I hate to say it, right? You know, like it is what it is, but I'm a basic white boy.
That's so funny, dude. That's it. Actually, like genuinely, like I thought that was so funny originally when that came out. That's some old lore for everyone. That's some old lore. Let's go on to the next. That's from the past. I made like a video on that in the past, and like Dean brought that up on the live. There were actually people that genuinely thought that for a second, like saying it in the comment section of that video. They were like, "Is this Dean?" Like, yo, what's up? How old are you?
18.
Do you support Trump?
Yep.
Okay.
I do.
What's your birth year?
October 3rd, 2007.
Okay, if you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
You already like debated me, but can you debate this one guy named Goldberg? He's like the Trump supporter, like genuinely. You should debate him.
Okay, I'll look. But honestly, I just kicked him. I would have debated him at this point. I've been debating people who have already been on the stream before today, because I think what happened today is so fucking unhinged that like
So
I
what
don't know
happened?
anyone defends it.
Really just sending you for a loop. What
What's up?
happened? What happened?
With what?
You just said that today's been really unhinged. Like what's?
Oh, dude, I don't even know. Does chat want to tell? Want to tell Dean? Oh gosh, it's been brutal. Not only just what we had there, but like I feel like every single person that's been genuinely supporting Trump has just been like unhinged, like willing to overlook anything. Like literally couldn't name a single thing that Donald Trump could do that would get them to stop supporting him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, now you're gonna have people like defending him, calling for the execution of Democrats. So the sample size of like proud MAGA debaters is definitely getting smaller and more crazy by the day.
Yeah, someone said that Joe Biden unalived his wife, with which there's no evidence for, which is crazy. Yeah, unhinged, right? Yo, what's up, how old are you? Let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Alrighty, let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. Let's go to the next individual. Do give us 1 second, everyone. I am trying to get people up here. Oh, well, there they are, actually. The person they said. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hello?
Yo, what's up?
Hello?
Yeah, how old are you?
Hello, can you hear me? I'm 18.
Do you support Trump?
I do support Donald J. Trump, yes.
And what's your birth year?
I was born in 2007 on the 31st of January.
Okay, and if you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who'd you rather vote for?
I'd vote for Donald J. Trump.
Okay, so why do you support Trump?
I more support him from from a Republican commitment standpoint. I don't really agree with most of his policies. I think they're abhorrent.
You said Marxist policy?
No, just all of his policies.
No, I wouldn't agree with a majority of policies, but I think some of his policies would better the United States, and I'm swallowing it forcefully, as you would say. But I'm more of a legacy Republican. If you'd like to get into semantics,
the argument is
as a Rockefeller Republican.
Just to condense your argument down to a sentence, right? It's basically just like party over country.
No, not really. I think the Republican Party is inherently a better party than the Democratic Party, and I'd like to support the candidate that's on the Republican ticket.
Okay, so in what way?
I think that fiscal conservatism is inherently needed at the moment because.
Be specific with what's fiscally conservative of the Trump administration.
Oh no, I thought the Republican Party in general. I'm more of a Mitt Romney, John McCain-esque Republican.
Okay, so but like you understand that you're not getting more fiscal conservative from Trump either.
Right. If what you mean by fiscal conservatism is like reducing the debt and having a lower expenditure, right? If that's all you mean by fiscal conservatism, then Kamala Harris was more fiscally conservative than Trump.
Of course, I agree. She was more fiscally conservative to a point, but I think.
So your argument is that you support Trump because you value fiscal conservatism, even though Kamala Harris was more fiscally conservative than him.
To a point, I agree, but the thing is, if you would let me finish speaking, thank you.
Go ahead.
But if I'm interrupting me, I believe that Donald Trump's policies would inherently lead to a more fiscally conservative future. You could argue. Trickle-down economics has, to a point, worked in the 90s and the 80s. Trickled down to a point. I guess I'm not saying that. Oh my God, it worked. It worked. The voodoo economics worked. I'm not gonna say that would be I was about to say a word which I cannot say because I'm not of the esque. I was about to say the R word. Didn't work. But still, it had an impact and it increased the general economic output. But I think another my major problem is I'd say with food stamps. I worked in a convenience store, and A lot of people.
Can I ask you a
I'm not saying
question?
all,
What
but
state do you
yes,
live in?
I live in the greatest state in the Union, New York. Where else?
Okay. What time is it?
It's 3:40.
Okay. And can you name 3 cities in New York?
Albany, Buffalo, and New York City.
Can you name 3 more?
I can't name 3 more. I'm not gonna lie to you.
You can't name 3 more cities in New York?
I'm not the most caught up with my geography. Pardon me. Well, why do you ask if I'm not?
Well, because I was just
Why
trying
do
to
you-
clarify. Because to be honest, like it sounds like you're European.
How so, if I may inquire?
Like honestly, because of like how you're phrasing the topics. Kind of like.
Do I not do I have an accent? Is that the problem?
No, actually partially, but it's also like I think it's because of like how you were bringing up like specifically like the topics you were talking about.
I've lived in Europe for 2 years now because I study abroad, so that might be.
So you're
a part of
currently
it.
living there?
I visit the United States quite often. I spend about half of my year in the United States. It's just I study in Europe as a
Okay.
whole.
Sure. Oh, interesting. Okay. All right. Go ahead and
Yeah,
continue.
so that's my main. Yes. So, as we're saying, with food stamps, the majority of the people which I see going to grocery stores with food stamps, they don't buy essentials. They buy like chips, and I think that's a problem. And I believe the Democratic Party wouldn't have addressed that problem in any way or form, because the obesity epidemic in the United States is horrid. It's very emotionally lowering because I've known a lot of people in my life which were obese because they couldn't take care of themselves and because they were too poor to take care of themselves. And even with like food stamps, they still bought things which they wanted and didn't need. And I think that Social Security.
I don't think that
doesn't
people on
help
food
them.
stamps should be subjected to not being able to have anything they like. That's ridiculous.
No, I think you should be able to buy it from time to time, but I've seen that the majority of the people which do use food stamps to buy things, they they buy unneeded food items constantly.
There's a study
Oh, yeah.
from the USDA that demonstrates that SNAP benefits as a whole, food assistance, actually increase better health outcomes compared to the lack.
No, I'm not denying the fact that they increase that. I'm saying that the majority of the times which I have seen people use food stamps, they were buying unhealthy items. I'm not going to
Wait.
say
So,
as a
but if
whole
we know
that
that
SNAP
overall this policy being implemented is increasing the health of Americans, then so what?
benefits.
Is it your job to police what healthy food or unhealthy food they shouldn't be able to get? I definitely don't eat the healthiest foods always. When I go to the store, I don't always get the healthiest foods possible.
Also, maybe the reason why you see people on food stamps buying some food that is unhealthy is because a lot of the food sold in grocery stores is unhealthy. Like right now, for lunch, I'm eating right now, I have microwave mac and cheese and a bag of chips, right? Like, how healthy is that?
No, of course, but
Yeah, no, Dean, you shouldn't be able to have that. Actually, that's because it's actually unhealthy, Dean. You should not be able to even get that.
Semantics, but no, I'm.
I'm sorry for interrupting.
This might be.
I just have a second.
Okay.
Oh, I just have another point for you. Also, like the least expensive food is also the food that's like more unhealthy. Like if I want to like cook like a healthy dinner for me and my girlfriend, for instance, okay, like maybe I'm looking at the cheese. All of a sudden, I'm looking at like Reggiano Parmesan that's like $7 a pound, or looking at the beef, right? Like right now, it'd be crazy to spend $17 on a pound of like USDA choice New York strip. And that's why maybe individuals that are lower income and relying on food stamps, obviously they're going to be lower income because of the eligibility requirements. They like choose less healthy options because they're also the least expensive, right? Like the unhealthy mac and cheese that I'm eating right now, this is a meal. And I could get 3 of these meals for $10. Okay, $10 is maybe the same that I'd spend on a single serving, right, of a pound of beef right now. So I mean, just something for consideration.
No, of course, but I mean, okay, again, I'm using in my mind, I'm using Europe as an example, and a lot of countries do have food assistance. A lot of countries in Europe, but the unhealthiness is very different. You can make the argument that's because of preservatives, but Europe has. I know there's this idea that Europe is so much healthier, way less preservatives, but it's not. Almost all the same preservatives are legal, except some, like Red 40, which is the only example which people majorly use.
It's just actually just titled under a different name.
Yes, it's not.
So what's your point? I mean, they're healthier because of access to healthcare and preventative healthcare and things that we don't have in the United States. So I mean wait. You go to Europe all the time. Is their healthcare system better off?
I don't live in a country in Europe with free healthcare, so it's not.
But from the people you know in Europe, right?
No, it's just the problem is when you imagine free healthcare, you imagine something. No, a majority of free healthcare is either has waiting lines which are years long, and you couldn't get into them.
They're not always years long. That's ridiculous. You're also talking about elective situations. Secondly, people need access to this care. They just aren't able to get access to the care because of the fact that they can't buy it in the first place or pay for it. Okay, so what you need to do is increase supply. How do you increase supply? By increasing the accessibility for education to go through the medical field, into the medical field. That's how you do it. You have to increase how many doctors, nurses, and medical professionals there are out there specifically helping people in need.
Yes, I agree with that. And a part of it is, I mean, in New York, where I used to live, there are a lot of government-assisted programs which give you through university for free. And I agree with that deeply. I believe that that's the reason why New York is such a productive city. It's because the education in New York is, I believe, the third best in the union. My numbers might be wrong in my head, but I agree. I think education is needed for a society to grow and prosper. It's just the problem is a majority of the people which I currently know in the United States, they don't want to be doctors or nurses, and I think that's because of a general cultural problem. But I think that's more semantics, of course. But still, I think
also the cost of going through medical school is extraordinarily expensive, right? So it's very limited in terms of who can get access to that, right? Because you have to be willing to take out hundreds of thousands of dollars of debt if you can't pay for it.
No, of course, but no. But I think it's also a cultural thing that people in the United States see doctors as a less needed job. I think it's the cultural thing. I think that's.
How do you even?
I'm not saying that Trump. I guess it's more personal. You can't really determine this. There's not a study.
I don't think you can say it's less needed in the United States. I think it's more needed because we don't currently have access to it. 45 to 68,000 American lives are lost every single year due to lack of health insurance. In this country, it's costs almost twice as much per individual comparative to countries in Europe.
Pardon me for the phrasing. I meant it's seen as less needed. It isn't. I believe it's more needed in the United States.
Okay, sure. Actually don't dispute you there. Yes, there are people, okay, I see what you're trying to say there. Like, the general public sees healthcare access to be less needed.
Yes, they see it. Okay. They see it more as a constant that healthcare will be expensive and there's no need for reform. And that's why I personally find people like Joseph Lieberman. I found what he did disgusting when he didn't vote for the public option. But that's more of a personal gripe that I have with him.
Okay, I don't see how what's Trump's healthcare plan? How about this?
I don't.
I thought that we were talking about like EBT and food
stamps. Autism, which is factually wrong. I don't believe he has a substantial healthcare plan now.
Also, how did we get off the conversation about food stamps? Can I ask you another question about that?
Sure. Yeah.
Go ahead.
You may.
Would you agree that often eating healthy would involve fresh foods, and often eating fresh foods would involve cooking?
I mean, I eat quite healthily when I'm in New York, and I don't really buy fresh food.
How do you eat healthy every day without cooking?
I eat canned food, or I eat rice.
So you think that always eating canned food for every meal is healthy?
No.
Okay. So I said eating healthy, right? So obviously, eating healthy would often involve cooking, right?
Of course, it would often involve cooking. I'm not going to disagree with that fact.
So when we have a federal minimum wage that is just above 8 hours, right? These like single mothers of three are going to have to do what in order to make enough money to keep their children fed, clothed, and housed? They're going to have to work a lot of hours, right?
Of course.
Okay. And does it become more difficult to cook when you're working all day?
Of course.
Okay. So if often eating healthy often involves cooking, and it becomes more difficult to cook because we don't pay, Americans enough for the labor that they engage in, right? Therefore, it's going to make it significantly more difficult to cook as a low-income American because of the amount of hours that you have to work. And because eating healthy involves cooking, it makes it significantly more difficult to involve eating healthy. So not only does eating healthy cost more, which is less attainable to low-income Americans, but it's also less attainable for a reason outside of the actual fiscal cost, which would be the involved time in cooking. Right? This is going to make it significantly more likely for low-income Americans to be reliant on more inexpensive and less what's a good phrase here? And make them eat foods that are less expensive, therefore less healthy, as well as accessing foods in which would involve less cooking because that's more difficult. Like the microwavable meals or like fast and cheap fast food like McDonald's.
Okay, pardon me, this may seem a bit semantic, but for me, I'm looking at this from a New York perspective. The minimum wage in New York is $16. It's very, very different. Federal.
Tell me what the average is.
No, it's $8. The minimum wage is $8.
In New York?
No.
Or New York State, yeah.
In New York State, I believe it's $15, but in New York City itself, it's 16. Maybe 16.50. 16. I don't recall exactly because I know it's that. But no, again, I think the main problem you're looking at me like I'm some kind of Trumpite conservative, but I classify myself as a Rockefeller Republican. If you know what that is, that's a term. I'd assume you know what a Rockefeller Republican is.
Yeah. You're not really giving a reason for why you support Trump or why you're willing to vote for him. You're saying you're a Republican. Does that mean you always have to vote for the Republican? Yes or no?
No, I don't believe.
Okay, so then you have to give an argument or a reason as to why you want to vote for the Republican, not just by saying, "Oh, I'm Republican."
I guess the main substantial policy, which I agree with the most, would be.
By the way, you're mumbling, and it's kind of hard to hear what you're saying sometimes.
I would believe that the substantial reason why I would vote for him is because of the tariff plan, of course. But a tariff plan. I know tariffs have been historically bad if under economic crisis, like in the Great Depression, if there's some Harley tariff, of course. But under Grover Cleveland, before B. Hayes, it increased economic output in the Rust Belt and in states like New York. In the North, where I live, tariffs would be useful to bring back industry. Of course, that to bring back that industry will be slow and will probably not be seen for years, but these plans will eventually have some economic impact because the hub of industry, the Rust Belt, Chicago, Ohio, has died because of NAFTA. And
wait, can you give one historical example of tariffs leading to a benefit within that context? And then also, can you acknowledge that real domestic manufacturing investment has declined massively since Trump got in office, and we've also seen it massively increase under the Biden-Harris administration?
Under B. Hayes in Michigan, I believe there was a increase of economic output of 20%. I might be missing a number as well. Under B. Hayes in 1840. I might be wrong. Well, when was Rutherford B. Hayes the president?
If you're bringing up 1840, that wouldn't be an historical example where it was beneficial. Yes, and also, that's a crazy comparison that you have to reach to.
Under Theodore Roosevelt, an increase of tariffs.
Actually, that was in the early 1900s.
Yeah, so you're asking me historical. Yeah, where would you?
Yeah, if you're talking the Smoot-Hawley tariffs, that literally created the conditions for the Great Depression.
I know. I'm not gonna deny that. Didn't Eisenhower increase tariffs on a majority of countries and increase economic output? But I guess Eisenhower was also a Keynesianist, so it didn't really apply.
So was there universalized tariffs placed?
I don't believe there was universal, but I believe the median tariffs were increased in general under Eisenhower.
And I'd like to see. Could you provide me a particular source for what you're referencing? Like, what tariffs did he implement?
I don't have an exact source. Give me a moment. May I go on the internet and find a source?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
But yeah. In the meantime, I'll look for someone else to help him out. If you'd like to mute your mic, you can. Or actually, I just will. Unmute your mic whenever you're ready. Let me go on the next person real quick. Only send a guest request if you do meet that set of criteria listed in the TikTok screen. If you're on YouTube, hit that thumbs up. If you're on TikTok, tap that screen. Everyone will help get out to more people. Let's try to get to like 2,000 likes, everyone. How many likes are we at on? All right, like 1,750. Let's try to get to 2,000 likes on YouTube, everyone. I'd really appreciate it. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
28.
Do you support Trump?
Yeah, I do.
If you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who'd you rather vote for?
Clearly Trump.
Okay. Why do you support Trump?
All the tariffs that he placed, the migrants that he's getting out of this country. But one thing that I do want to say is I want to call out Dean.
Okay. Can we talk about tariffs and immigration first?
I mean, yeah, but I'd like to call out Dean for lying online.
What did he lie about, man?
I was in his live the other night, and some guy was asking what's wrong with CR, and I saw he posted on Twitter after saying that this guy asked me this, blah, blah, blah. But I was in the live, and he's the guy that asked him the question said specifically that he thinks it's wrong.
Would you like to provide the clip?
It's on his Twitter.
What Twitter?
Dean's.
And also, you understand that's like a question that's crazy, right, to ask?
Yeah, but before he said, you don't understand what he was trying to do.
So here, I'm gonna.
Do you remember the
I'm gonna
clip?
Yeah, I'm back. So I'm gonna be honest, my friend. So at some point in the conversation, he did say that he thinks that it's wrong to grape children, right?
So then why didn't you say that in your tweet?
Can you finish to allow me to speak? Finish
to allow me to speak? Is that English?
Well, it was improper English, but I
Obviously.
did just rephrase myself using proper grammar.
Go ahead, Dean.
Thank you so much. Yeah, so at some point in the conversation, he did say that it's wrong to grape children. Right after he got like pushback DMs, so on and so forth, from around a live audience of 20,000 plus people, because he had been perpetually re-asking me to tell him why it is wrong to grape children. And in my tweet, I didn't say anything that was false nor anything that was a lie. In my tweet, I said that they're trying to normalize p3-ophilia. It's not normal; it's evil, and it absolutely does normalize p3-ophilia when you ask why it is wrong to grape children. Is that question in of itself is promoting the idea that somehow the rape of children is debatable, okay? The morality of child rape is not something that is debatable, okay? When somebody's asking why it is wrong to grape children, that question in of itself promotes the notion of the normalization of p3-ophilia. But when I answered his question, when I said that children can't consent, it's wrong because it's rape, he then continued to say, oh, so why can't children consent? Oh, why? Why? Do you answer the question? Why is child rape wrong? Right? Like all of these questions aid and abet in the conclusion of the normalization of p3-ophilia. And I find it interesting that you're taking issue with my argument that questioning the universal axiom, that being the moral wrongness of child rape, normalizes p3-ophilia. What does this tell me about you?
So, Dean, you're a smart little kid, right? You don't think that he was asking that question in order to get a certain response from you that he was going to use against you. You took what he said and ran with it.
Wait, such as? And no, he didn't. He clearly wasn't.
No. Let me finish talking.
You watched the clip?
Yeah.
What was he going to get?
What he was trying to get.
What was he?
He was trying to get.
What was possible that he could have got from that question?
If you let me talk, I could tell you.
Go ahead.
What he was trying to get Dean to say is that children cannot consent. And then he was going to use that against Dean.
I did say that.
But Dean took it and ran with it.
I did say that.
All right. I'll put $10,000 right now that you did not say that in that clip. I was listening to that whole live. I knew exactly where that guy was going, and I know for a fact you did not say it. So show me proof, and I'll send you $10,000. If you're wrong, though, tell everybody that you're wrong.
So when he asked me why I think that child rape is wrong.
Nope, you never answered him. You never answered him.
Do you want to bet $10,000 on that?
He said he would give you. Wait, Dean. He said he would give you $10,000. All you have to do is admit. He said he would give you $10,000 if you could find the clip. So Dean's Discord, all the little clippers, right, can post it in there. Dean could get 10 grand from this guy.
Wait, don't worry. I don't even need the clippers. I'll just go upstairs and grab my laptop. The first time that he asked me the question, I was like, well, like, rape is bad, right? And give him an answer to the question. So I'm about to make 10 grand. Holy shit. Super duper.
No. Your answer was that you said that children can't consent.
Wait. You just said that
you never said that.
$10,000 that I gave no answer at all.
No, I said that specific answer that you said that you just said.
Did you or did you not just say that I gave no answer at all?
Dean, I literally just said that.
Yeah, okay, so you do affirm that you said that I gave no answer at all, right?
No, I said you didn't give that answer.
So now you did not. Wait. Yo, Parker, play back the VOD.
What?
Literally less than a minute ago, he said that I gave no answer at all. Play back the VOD. While I find my charging cable. My laptop. Go back like a minute.
Wait, Dean. He said he would give you $10,000. All you have to do is admit. He said he would give you $10,000 if you could find the clip. So Dean's Discord, all the little clippers, right, can post it in there. Dean could get 10 grand from this guy.
Wait, don't worry. I don't even need the clippers. I'll just go upstairs and grab my laptop. The first time that he asked me the question, I was like, well, like, rape is bad, right? And give him an answer to the question. So I'm about to make 10 grand. Holy shit. Super duper.
No. Your answer was that you said that children can't consent.
Parker? Wait. You just said that
you never said that.
$10,000 that I gave no answer.
Can Parker
hear me?
No, I said that specific answer that you said that you just.
What's going on?
Wait, sorry. Was it before this? I apologize. Yeah, I thought kind of. He said he would give you. Wait, Dean. He said he would give you $10,000. All you have to do is.
Christine, that you're taking issue with my argument that questioning the universal axiom, that being the moral wrongness of child rape, normalizes P3-ophilia. What does this tell me about you?
So, Dean, you're a smart little kid, right? You don't think that he was asking that question in order to get a certain response from you that he was going to use against you. You took what he said and ran with it.
Wait, such as? And no, he didn't. He clearly wasn't.
No. Let me finish talking.
Did you watch the clip?
Yeah.
What was he going to get from that?
What he was trying to get.
What was he? Wait, no, tell us. What was possible that he could have got from that question?
If you let me talk, I could tell you.
Go ahead.
What he was trying to get Dean to say is that children cannot consent. And then he was going to use that against Dean.
I did say that.
But Dean took it and ran with it.
I did say that.
All right. Look at you said I did say that. I did say that. You did not say that in that clip. I was listening to that whole live. I knew exactly where that guy was going, and I know for a fact you did not say it. So show me proof, and I'll send you 10,000. If you're wrong, though, tell everybody that you're wrong. What's up, Dean?
So when he asked me
I said you didn't.
I think that child rape is wrong.
Nope, you never answered him. You never answered him.
Wait, do you want to bet $10,000 on that?
He said he would give you. Wait, Dean. He said he would give you $10,000. All you have to do is admit. He said he would give you $10,000 if you could find the clip.
Easy.
So Dean's Discord, all the little clippers.
Easy. I say, right? I gave him an answer when he said, "Why is child rape wrong originally?"
No. Dean,
then you said, "No, Johnny, stop crashing out. Stop.
No, you
Johnny.
said that.
Take a breath. Take a breath, Johnny. Just
gave that exact.
Breathe. Breathe. Play the
okay.
Breathe. So I said, right, I gave an answer originally when he asked me why child rape is wrong. Okay, and then you said you never answered his question. And I said, do you want to bet 10 bands on that? And then you said yes.
Parker, I think you can defend me here. What you heard, and you repeated it in that clip, was that you can get 10 bands
Wait.
if you said
I literally just
children
repeated
can't
the
consent.
conversation. I literally just repeated the end of the conversation. Like
I heard you say you gave no answer at all. Like that's what you said, Johnny.
Play the clip back. Play the clip back and hear what you said, hear what Dean
What do you
said,
mean
and hear
play
what
it
I
back?
said.
I
one more
just
time.
heard it. I just did.
Oh yeah.
I don't need it. Wait, I'm sorry. Do I need to play it back again for the stream? I think that's a waste of time.
It's like a 20-second clip, bud.
Well, I'm sorry. I have to go back and do it again after we already did.
Yeah, you heard exactly what I said.
No, I heard Dean's point, like that of what you said.
Now, he said himself that he said in that context that he said children can't consent. He never said that in that clip. I was willing to put $10,000 on that. And
okay,
you
I'm so
both
sorry.
heard that.
I'm going to literally repeat the end of the conversation. I said I gave an answer. I said I gave an answer. I said I gave an answer, right, to his question originally, like when he first asked it. And then you said I gave no answer at all. Do you refute the fact that you said that I gave no answer at all?
Yeah, I refute that. But do you refute the fact that you said children can't consent?
Hey, Parker, go ahead and just play back the last 20 seconds of it. It should be easy peasy. All right, the last like 10 to 20 seconds of whatever you just played. Should be really easy.
No. Play the full clip.
Do you want to bet $10,000?
Don't do the liberal. Don't do the liberal shit.
Johnny, we're gonna go
where you just play the end of a clip where it makes somebody look
I
bad.
can't even hear the clip because people are talking. So
we're gonna go
play it,
by
or
play.
should I not play it?
It's up to you, but like I mean, he's just denying something that we all just heard him say. So,
Parker, did you not just say that you said children can't consent
can you stop
in
so
that
I can
clip?
play the clip? Did you watch the clip?
Yeah.
What was he going to get from that?
What he was trying to get.
What was he? No, tell us. What was possible that he could have got from that question?
If you let me talk, I can tell you.
Go ahead.
What he was trying to get Dean to say is that children cannot consent, and then he was going to use that against Dean.
I did say that.
But Dean took it and ran. I did say that. I did say that. All right. I did say that. $10,000 right now that you did not say that in that clip. I was listening to that whole live. I knew exactly where that guy was going, and I know for a fact he did not say it. So show me proof, and I'll
he did not say that.
send you 10,000. If you're wrong, though, tell everybody that you're wrong.
So when he asked me why I think that child rape is wrong,
nope,
right,
you never answered him. You never answered him.
Wait, do you want to bet $10,000 on that?
He said he would give you. Wait, Dean. He said he would give you $10,000.
Okay, right, Johnny. So if you deny the fact that you did not explicitly say that I never answered his question, and then you explicitly accepted a bet over $10,000 on it, I say that we just kick him, right? Because we just heard it.
All right, but what did you say at the beginning of that clip? Do you remember?
Don't shift the goalposts.
What did you say at the beginning of the clip? Did you say, I did say that?
I'm telling you, don't shift the goalposts.
The children can't consent. Show me that you said children can't consent, or you're a liar.
Right now what we're doing is we're operating inside of a vacuum, right? Of like you denying explicitly what you just explicitly said in that clip, and now you're trying to shift the goalposts.
You won't even deny that you lied to everybody in this chat right now.
So, sir, the only person lying here is you, right? Because
I did lie. I was thinking that you were going to say that children can't consent, and I agreed to that bet that you did.
Wait. You explicitly said that I never answered his question.
Before that, I said that you said you never said children can't consent, and you said I did.
Wait, and then you followed that up by saying
true or false?
You never answered his question. True or false?
Yeah, and I just told you.
Okay. Then perfect. Then you agreed to a $10,000 bet over if I gave any answer to that question.
I agreed to a $10,000 bet that you did not say children can consent.
But that's just objectively not true, right? What you said in that clip.
But did you say that?
Dean, what you just said in that clip was, Dean, you never answered his question. Then I said, want to bet 10 bands on that? And you said yes.
What you're not understanding, Dean?
Right, you can't even refute what I just
lied.
Said. Nothing that I just said was a lie. Nothing that I just said was a lie. I said I originally gave it an answer to his question when he said that child rape
You
was
didn't
wrong.
originally say that.
You said,
You did not.
You said,
You said
then
that.
wait,
You said
Johnny,
children
don't
can't
interrupt me.
consent.
Breathe, Johnny.
You-
Breathe, Johnny. Breathe, Johnny.
You're the one
Breathe.
freaking out.
Breathe. I need you to breathe. Right? So I said I originally gave an answer the first time that he asked when child rape was wrong. And then you responded to that by saying, no, you did not. You did not answer his question. I was like, okay, I want to bet 10 bands. And you're like, yeah. All right, if you want to deny that, I say that we just kicked the fool.
Parker, do you want to make $100 gentleman's bet right now that the first thing that I said was that children can't consent, and Dean said, yes,
Right,
I did say that.
He's just trying to shift the goalposts. He's just trying to shift the goalposts. It's embarrassing.
Parker, can you give your unbiased opinion on this right now?
Yeah, he's shifting the goalposts.
I got you. You're wasting my damn time. Like, holy shit, bro. Like, genuinely, that is my unadulterated opinion, is stop wasting my damn time, bro. Like, what is the point of doing this? We just watched the clip twice. What else do you want to hear at this point, dude?
I want Dean to publicly apologize.
Okay, yeah, he's gonna publicly apologize right now for having us continue to have a conversation with your. That's it. He's gonna apologize for banning Farm Sim Kid. That's it. That's the only thing Dean will ever apologize for.
Man, the haters can't get one over him.
I think he should apologize to that man for lying about him. Lying about him on the internet.
The haters can't get one over
that the guy never said.
The haters can't get one over on me.
Yeah, we all heard the clip, Dean.
Yeah, I didn't lie when I said that normalizes p3-pedophilia. Can we agree that when you ask why child rape is wrong, that normalizes pedophilia?
Yeah, that does.
Okay, so could you read off my tweet?
Can't pull up Twitter while I'm on here.
Oh, wow. I think that's very convenient.
He got harassment and bullying anyway. Hey, Goldberg, are you there?
Yes, hello. Pardon me. I was waiting for you to finish speaking.
Did you find your point?
Yes. It was, pardon me, the wrong president. It was Lyndon Baines Johnson. It was the Chicken War. The Federal Reserve, 1965, the year the Fed and LBJ clashed. You should search that up.
Yeah, I don't think that led to good economic conditions. That was right prior to stagflation, so.
No, that's not the reason why stagflation happened.
But, I mean, that's not like. But you're saying it led to economic growth. What evidence do you have that it led to economic growth?
Increased economic growth in the poultry industry of the U.S.
So is it a targeted tariff?
It was targeted tariff on.
Oh, okay. Well, then
industry of Europe.
I don't dispute the usage of targeted tariffs. We're talking about universalized tariffs.
I believe LBJ increased universal tariffs on some.
And was there any evidence that those were effective, or led to an increased economic output?
It was during a time of economic downturn in the U.S. I cannot really say that they were effective or not effective.
Okay, well then how are you using this as a basis for that? Because I was asking you, do you have any piece of evidence that indicates that they were effective, and you're not giving me any?
It increased economic growth for the time the U.S. was prosperous under LBJ. It's just I can't really
wait.
have
What evidence do you have for that?
Can
you name one piece of evidence that points towards that?
If I recall correctly, I read some economic journal a year ago. I might be misremembering, but got peak. This is a very good source. Economic journal 1 year ago, very good source. I'd argue.
What's the title?
But being sarcastic. I don't recall. I'm not gonna lie. I don't recall.
Okay.
I'm being sarcastic when I said a great source.
All right. So then, like,
it's being sarcastic.
It doesn't really sound like you have a good reason to say that tariffs are effective, and even so, that doesn't sound like your fiscal conservatism to advocate for tariffs.
I mean, to a point.
Trump also signed off on over $4 trillion more debt-related spending. Is that fiscal conservatism?
No. I don't believe that Trump is a fiscal conservative. I was generally saying my opinion.
Can you name one way you think he's beneficial
then? God, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not that big of a Trump supporter, but I am a Republican. I just came on here to debate republicanism as a whole.
Okay. Let's go on the next individual.
Are you at 4 hours?
Yeah, yeah. I'll make sure to join you whenever you want to see it get started, man.
Yeah, you want to us?
Yeah, I'm down, bro.
But I'll probably start my stream at like 10. Like, get all the lights on in the studio, make a thumbnail.
Alrighty.
I'll hang
If
out
you're on
in the
YouTube,
meantime.
everyone, hit that thumbs up. If you're on TikTok, tap the screen if you like my content. Subscribe if you haven't already. I really appreciate it. If you want to support me, as always, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, link tree in the bio, as well as the description of YouTube, as well as you can support me over YouTube Super Chat. And in the pinned comment on my YouTube. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
18.
Do you support Trump?
Hell yeah.
What's your birth year?
2007.
And if you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
Definitely Trump.
Yeah, so how do you feel about him literally calling for the execution for some Democrats in Congress?
All right, that's just not true.
It's not true? He literally posted about it on his own Truth Social, so it's not true? Really?
Can you pull it up?
Yes, I've done this for like the past 6 guests. They won't believe it until I pull it up.
Wait, Parker, do you want me to just... So what I could do is on Discord right now, I could send you the TikTok that I posted about it. You could add it as a video on like TikTok, OBS, and then you could like start playing it from midway through when I literally just give a line-by-line breakdown. It's really convenient.
Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, please do send that.
Yeah, let me do that right now.
Yeah, all right, for sure. I want him to take a look at this. Let's scroll down and let's take a look at this. Right here. Hold up, I gotta make sure it's all set up. That. Okay, so you see, this is him saying seditious behavior punishable by death. Let me scroll down to the other ones. Oh, I gotta expand it. I'm sorry. Okay, all right. Do you see? Do you see the screen? Hello?
Yeah, I do, but I mean, come on, we're really gonna put that much thought over a tweet?
Wait, the tweet literally says, "This is really bad and dangerous to our country. Their words cannot be allowed to stand on seditious behavior from traitors. Lock them up, President DJT." He also said, sorry, I'll have to scroll past all of this. Where the hell is it? There we go. Seditious behavior punishable by death. And then also, if you scroll down, sorry, there's all these random ads. He reposted this person. This is literally retruthed by Trump. Do you see what they say?
So I just sent you a link to the Google Drive. If you download the video, upload this media to TikTok, skip to 30 seconds in, it just is like a really like clean description of everything.
Bet. But do you see this?
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I can't debate you. You guys are way smarter than me, but it's pretty sweet I got invited.
No, wait, but no, it's not about like whether or not you can debate us. It's just like, I mean, do you think this is defensible? Like, this is clearly like, at this point, stop. Like, stop supporting this guy. Like, he literally he retweeted a guy with a neo-Nazi profile picture saying HANG them George Washington would. He literally retruthed that. He reposted that. That's unhinged.
That's pretty horrible. That's pretty horrible. But give me 3 reasons why I should not vote for Trump. Just let me hear a little bit.
Donald Trump was held civilly liable of sexually abusing a woman, and he incited a violent insurrection at the Capitol, pardoning violent rioters who beat police officers, and he called them patriots. He called for the termination of all rules, regulations, and articles, even those found in the Constitution. He literally denies basic science, like says the climate's going to start cooling, science just doesn't know it yet. He's literally incoherent. Right? He said windmills are causing whales to die in numbers never seen before, and we should look into using disinfectant by injection to fight COVID-19. But genuinely, all of these are indefensible points. But do you need more than that? Do you really need more? Like, this is unhinged, right?
You want to know what's pretty sweet though?
What?
He cut taxes for the upper class. Tell me that's not pretty sweet.
So you would want to increase taxes on working class people by imposing tariffs that disproportionately harm lower and middle income individuals so that you can give tax cuts to higher income individuals?
I think the more money you have, the harder you work, the less you should have to pay in taxes.
Why? Well, you just doesn't make any sense.
Wait, but first of all, you just made a false assumption about capitalism. Under capitalism, it is not true that the more money you have, the harder you work. For instance, who do you think works harder? The average
I didn't say that
or Barron Trump?
Okay, I'm going to be real. I'm not winning a debate against the 2 smartest guys on TikTok.
If we're smartest people on TikTok, why don't you listen to us?
Just because, I mean, you're two people. Like, think about all the other people that vote for Trump. You know?
Yeah,
Like,
but
why
like,
would
I
why?
mean, aren't there Trump supporters on TikTok? So out of everyone that could possibly go on TikTok, you said that we're apparently the smartest.
Well, is there any people who do these kind of lives that say, why don't you support Trump? Do you know anyone like that?
I'm
You
not
should debate one
gonna.
of them. You should
We
debate one of
have,
them.
we
That'd be
have.
cool.
It's embarrassing.
Actually, so the largest Republican on TikTok that runs those lives that says, "Why don't you support Donald Trump?" is a woman by the name of Millie. Okay, and 2 or 3 nights ago, I fried the shit out of her.
Okay.
And Dean, you were like 1v3ing, right?
Yeah, I was like 1v3 Millie, and then the host like Angela or whatever, and then this other conservative named Mother. It was a 1v3 at like 11 p.m. and they were getting cooked up.
Well, I don't got much else to say. I didn't come with any facts, so.
Okay,
You're not
wait,
shifting.
So then
You're
why
not
do you
shifting
still have
my
the same opinion?
though.
Why?
You're not just gonna change my political view. Like, I'm not a liberal.
Dude, why? But why not? Well, let's change your view right now. Run through it. By the way, you don't even have to be a liberal in order to say that you're anti-Trump. Like, that's the point we've been making. You can still be a Republican, you can still be a conservative and be anti-Trump. You know that, right?
Yeah, I mean, so I'm coming up. I'm about to be able to vote. Definitely.
Wait,
definitely not voting
how old are you?
liberal. I'm 18.
What do you mean about
You
to be
already
able to
voted.
vote? You are.
Like
You're eligible
next
right
election, yes,
now.
next election I'm gonna do vote.
Okay,
I didn't vote
I see
last
what you mean. So in 2026 here, can be voting.
Yeah.
And you should vote for Democrats, bro.
But I mean, the cut, like the only thing that I really like is the tax cut. Like it's pretty sweet.
You like the tax cuts for millionaires and billionaires.
Wait, you're 18. How much money do you fucking make?
Yeah, seriously.
No, it's not me. It's my parents. I don't
You're
make
like,
money.
my parents will get a little bit of a tax cut, and that means I might get a little bit more money.
Can I give you a really good thought? Like, actually?
Yeah, let me get it. I want to be educated.
Okay, all right. I hear this a lot from children with rich parents, right? That they want tax cuts for the ultra wealthy compared to tax cuts for them so they could help their rich parents. Now, the big reason why I disagree with this line of logic is because if your parents are rich, right, and obviously they're going to be much older because you're 18 and they're your parents, I would argue that they don't really need too much help, right? The real person that's in need of help here is you. You should value your own financial stability over the financial stability of your parents.
That's smart.
Wait, and by the way, they're going to be financially stable either way. If they're the ultra wealthy, making at least over $400,000 a year, right? I wouldn't even necessarily consider that ultra wealthy, but I'm just saying that the ultra wealthy, the levels that people are specifically referencing, you understand that they're going to be fine either way. You're going to be rich.
Yeah.
You're going to be set either way. This is not going to be taken away from you. Realistically, it won't impact your life at all. You will be financially stable no matter what.
Yeah, but what happens when I get to that point where I am the ultra wealthy? Then, you know?
Okay, well then you have enough to give back. Genuinely, that's seriously. If you get to that level, you have enough to give back.
Also, the average effective tax rate that people in the top 1% pay is literally 28%. When you're ultra wealthy, I don't think that you really need a bailout from the government on your taxes because you have the money to turn around and spend on some libertarian accountant that got a 4-year degree that thinks taxation is theft that will be able to, ensure, right, that you're going to pay as little as needed in taxes, right? I think that's the way, right, that the top 1% is able to strategize their tax relief. Meanwhile, the only tax relief that can be experienced by the working class would be if it is given to them by those in power.
Do you agree that everybody pays too much in taxes, though? Do you think that's a valid take?
So, no, I do not agree that everyone pays too much in taxes. I think that the middle class pays too much in taxes. I think that we should shift the taxable burden from the middle class onto billionaires.
Yeah, literally. It's so easy to get revenue from millionaires and billionaires and people who have so much already, right? And it is so much harder to take it away from those that need it.
Bro, and honestly, my take is, right, even millionaires, right? I'd say that maybe our first step isn't even to put the tax burden on millionaires. Let's fucking put it on the billionaires, right? You know, like, come on. I feel like everyone can get on board with that. There's only like 700 of them in America, then like 340 million of us, right? So it's like, how about, right, we all just agree to some common sense policy, right? If you're doing like all right, if you're doing really, really good, you're a millionaire, right? We're not even coming
What
after
about a
you right now.
trillionaire?
We're going
What
after
about
the
a trillionaire?
billionaires.
We should increase taxes on a trillionaire, right?
Right, because trillionaires, okay, shouldn't exist. Can you agree?
That's actually nuts, isn't it? Isn't a trillion nuts? Like, I thought, we're getting to a billion, that there's a genuine point there. $1 trillion fucking dollars, hello?
Right. Like, there's some, party lines, right, split on if, right, billionaires should exist, right? But, hopefully there's not those same, party lines split on if trillionaires should exist.
Dude,
a trillion
they'd be okay with Elon getting $100 trillion. Can you
come
imagine?
on.
I don't even think that'd be possible, but that's actually genuinely fucking nuts. $1 trillion is fucking crazy. Actually thinking about that, do you know what our GDP for the year is? Right, that's actually a sizable portion of that. That's a few percentage points of our GDP. That is more than many countries' GDPs.
Someone in chat just said, "I wish Trump could be president for another 4 years."
Bro, he's gonna croak. All right, he's like almost 80. More likely than not, he's gonna croak by that time. All right, natural causes, of course. Right? I don't know if that's
One person
gonna
out
be-
of 340 million people owns 4% of the yearly GDP of the country. Just think about that for a second. In the largest economy in the world by GDP.
Oh, not just the largest economy in the world, the largest economy in the history of the world.
Silence. Literally crickets. Hello.
Hey, Dean, you should run for president, someone said. What do you think about that?
I don't know. I'll reconsider in another 15 years.
All right, well, appreciate for you guys inviting me. You guys gave me some good points, some good knowledge.
Alrighty. Goodbye, Peyton. Are you going live right now, Dean?
No, I'm still working on my thumbnail design. I put a decent amount of time into it. You know?
Okay, yeah, I see you. He puts so much time into his thumbnails, everyone. Look at this guy. Monica, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $10. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
It's really fun.
That's so great. Thank you so much, Monica. I really appreciate it. Brandon, thank you for the $50 on PayPal. Thank you so much. Put some W's for Brandon in the comment section right now. Thank you so much. Trump apparently glazed Mamdani the whole time? No way. No way. That's crazy. I gotta see that.
Wait, we know that he was privately glazing Mamdani.
Really?
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, this guy's a really smart, good politician."
What? What?
Yeah.
What is going on, bro? I'm so confused. I'm so confused right now, bro. Dude, is he? I think he's actually just incoherent right now. I think he's probably just literally incoherent.
Well, I mean, I think that this actually just furthers the point that for Trump it's all about power, right? Mamdani was able to go from a nobody to the most powerful mayor in America because of his ability to campaign on things that matter, right? So, but when Trump is like, "Oh, I really like this guy," it just really does further the point that all Trump cares about is power, and he's willing to look up to somebody, right, that holds completely different ideologies than himself and say that they did good if they were able to achieve said power.
That's crazy. He didn't say that publicly before. That's so nuts. Holy shit.
Oh, you didn't say that publicly. That was leaked from private.
That's so nuts. That's so fucking... That's actually kind of funny, dude. That's actually really funny. That's unbelievable. Again, Monica, thank you for the $10. Thank you. April with the $5. Thank you. Kayla with the 50 cents. Dr. Sonia, thank you for the $50 on Cash App. Thank you so much, Dr. Sonia. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Put some Duffies for Dr. Sonia in the comment section right now. Thank you so much. Benjamin with the $5. Madeline, thank you for the $5 as well. Benjamin, thank you for the $1 and for the $1 as well and for the $5. I do have to catch up on YouTube as well. Go ahead.
Another thing, did you know that we accidentally invaded Mexico yesterday?
I actually didn't hear this. No. What the fuck?
Yeah, we accidentally invaded
What do you
Mexico.
mean accidentally? How do we accidentally invade them?
Well, I don't know. You gotta ask Trump on that one.
Like, how do you Yeah, I don't know. How do you Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Accidentally invading?
Yeah, like we went into Mexico and like put up signs that said this is DOJ territory, right? Like, but
Are you
apparently, like we
serious?
didn't. Yeah, but like apparently we didn't mean to. Apparently.
So we just accidentally annexed part of Mexico.
Yeah, but then yeah.
Pretty much close to it.
Accidentally, just for a little bit.
Temporarily annexed part of Mexico on accident.
Yeah, on one of their beaches. Yeah,
that's nuts. That's actually fucking crazy. What? Actually, I'm so sorry. What the fuck is going on right now? I feel like every fucking few hours something unhinged is happening.
Yeah, no, it totally is. You're right.
I actually like, dude. I'm just like actually like in shock right now. This is so fucking crazy. Let's bring up another Trump supporter. Holy fuck, dude. This is so crazy.
Something.
Yo, what's
There's
up,
like,
audio?
I'm 18, 2007, 20th of June.
Do you support Trump?
No, but I want to say something. Can I?
I'm sorry. I appreciate you coming up. We are just looking for some debates, everybody. Only send a guest request if you do meet that set of criteria list on the TikTok screen. This is probably going to be like the last person before we go and join Dean's Live. If you're on YouTube, hit that thumbs up. If you're on TikTok, hey, make sure to follow me here if you haven't already. I would really, really, really appreciate it.
All right, you're the lucky winner today, sir.
Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I am 49.
And do you support Trump?
I support Trump.
If you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who'd you rather vote for?
I vote for Trump.
Okay, why do you support Trump?
I don't agree with everything his policies, but I do agree that he's trying to defend the United States.
Okay. How's he defending the United States of America? By literally threatening to execute his political opponents in Congress.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, he literally on Truth Social was talking about and actually reposting someone saying HANG them, like George Washington would, who had like a Nazi, neo-Nazi profile picture.
He's talking about the Dems, huh?
Yeah, he was talking about some Dems in Congress that just said, do not follow unlawful orders, which literally is just saying uphold the law. Defend the Constitution. That's all they said.
If you uncovered a big cover up, I don't know. I mean, what would you do?
What?
If you uncovered a big cover up.
I'm confused on the nature of your question and how it would relate to the topic we're having discourse over.
Well, I mean, either you did it or you didn't do it, you know? I don't know what the deal is with that, but I just know that he's defending America.
Is this guy making any goddamn sense?
No, not at all, dude. What are you saying?
I guess all I'm saying is, you know what? He's our president. We need to support our president, regardless.
No, we don't.
So, like, you're saying no matter what the president does, support him?
Well, if he's defending your rights.
Okay, so if the president nuked another country, would you support that?
I'm sorry?
So if the president dropped a nuclear weapon on another country, would you support that?
If they were threatening us with the same exact thing, yeah.
If they weren't threatening us, how about that?
No, if they were just minding their business, of course not.
Oh, okay. So then there is a point where you would say, oh, this is too much. Okay. So how about this? What if he was threatening to not to annex, to kill members of the opposing side that is disagreeing with him?
Well, if he's playing God, then I don't know. I have nothing to say. I don't think anybody should. That's not the manner. I don't believe in that stuff.
Also, I would like to make another point here as well. You said if he's defending your rights, then you should support him. Sir, what is the color of your skin?
Does that matter?
Yes, it does. It might be relevant to a point that I could potentially make here. So what is the color of your skin?
I am part Apache, and Hispanic and Mexican.
So, what's the color of your skin?
It's brown. It's like a bronze.
Okay, so you have brown skin. So the thing is, I don't think that Donald Trump is defending your rights. We know that ICE is racially profiling people on the streets. If you have brown skin, ICE walks up to you, they ask you if you're a citizen, and if you refuse to answer, which, by the way, is your Fifth Amendment right, they chase you down and detain you with no reasonable suspicion of any crime that you've committed. I mean, like, and this isn't like a liberal conspiracy theory. I literally see a new video of this happening on my For You page every single day. So, sir, your rights are in jeopardy because of what ICE is doing to people with the same color of skin that you have.
I understand what you're saying.
By the way, we know that Donald Trump supports this because when asked by an ABC News reporter what he has to say about ICE and about like the inhumane things we've seen ICE do, he says, well, I don't think they're going far enough.
Well, look at it like this. If somebody came into your house in the middle of the night, what would you do? Some would say you should have called the cops.
If somebody came into my house in the middle of the night, I wouldn't basically accuse brown people around America.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I mean, it doesn't matter.
That's what ICE is doing.
No, they're just targeting. They know who they're targeting. They're not targeting. I have buddies that are brown, and they're from a different country, and they're still here. It's because they have their papers. That's what it comes down to.
What you're not understanding is that they are actively admitting themselves to racial profiling. So although, right, people are allowed to stay in this country, their rights are at risk in terms of being detained without due process, right? As that's happened for people who are legal permanent residents in this country. That's happened for people under legal status in this country. And it's also, again, happening to undocumented immigrants who have not committed violent crimes and bad crimes and have no prior criminal record. And there's no reason why this should be happening to them.
Do you remember at the beginning I said that
I just think it's like
agree with him, but
I just
not
think
with
it's like
everything
insane.
that he does?
I just think it's insane that if like you're a brown person living in America right now,